TNA Wrestling. We put them on pedestals, applaud their accomplishments, revere their lofty stature, worship them as living, breathing gods. But the reality is, they are mortal, like us. With mortal fears, mortal limitations, and human longings. What separates them from us is their passion. They are men of action, risk-takers who embrace challenge, who conquer adversity, who defy limitation. They sacrifice safety for adventure, monotony for thrills, forging moments indelibly etched in the annals of time. Yes, we see in them the hero in us. But they are not us. They are different. They live on the edge. For they know that life is one bold, daring, enthralling adventure. Or it is nothing at all. And now, TNA Wrestling presents Sacrifice.
Tonight, the world's heavyweight champion Christian Cage defends against two men. While Sting and Kurt Angle both earned this title shot, neither has been able to coexist since, and the instant classic feels that he controls his own destiny. Will that be the case? We'll find out tonight, because it's time for Sacrifice. With the first of our championship bouts. Tonight, all three titles to be decided in three-way matchups. First up, the No Limits X Division takes the spotlight. We break it down. Recently on Impact, tag partners Dutt and Lethal defeated three other teams to get this title shot. Both Sanjay Dutt and Black Machismo have something in common. Neither man has taken the next step in their careers by winning the X Division Championship. And Chris Sabin won his first X Division title May 14, 2003. Almost 4 years to the day later, the champ continues his dominance that he's now held a title 4 different occasions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your opening contest live at TNA Sacrifice. A three-way X Division Championship match scheduled for one fall. Introducing challenger number one from Elizabeth, New Jersey, Black Machismo, Lethal.
Mike, what a way to kick off Sacrifice. Let's put a title right on the line at the beginning, and you see the Black Machismo. Jay Lethal come out here, and this crowd just eats him up, and that's what's been causing the rift between him and Sanjay Dutt because of the jealousy factor.
Introducing challenger number two from Bombay, India, Sanjay Dutt.
Well, that Kevin Nash influence is pretty obvious. The character development of one Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, has made him a star in TNA. Sanjay Dutt, he feels like he's been given Kevin Nash's hand-me-downs. How many times have we seen an interview when there's just no time for Sanjay?
And finally, from Hill, Michigan, he is the defending X Division champion, Chris Sabin.
I'm going to tell you something. I believe that Chris Sabin's at a big disadvantage. Yes, we know that Sanjay Dutt and Black Machismo have their problems, but you mentioned it. Neither one of those men has ever won the X Division championship. So you've got two very hungry competitors in that ring. It's tough enough to fend off one, but now Chris Sabin can lose that title to either one of these guys looking for their first.
Question that we will answer. Will Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, will Sanjay Dutt be able to work together? Will they be able to turn this, in essence, into a handicap match? Will they use that 2-on-1 numbers game to their advantage? I mean, it sounds like a great game plan on paper, but when the X Division title goes to just one man, Don West, will they be able to coexist, or will greed win out?
All for one. I mean, when it comes down to that, it's every man for himself. I mean, it's about the championship, and let me tell you something. Sanjay Dutt, he's been worried about, oh, wait a minute, what's Chris Sabin doing? Being a little cocky right here, just kind of setting him up. I think he wanted to see what Lethal and Dutt would do. I mean, there was no doubt he would have got his shoulder up, but you can see right here, Sabin already stirring up the pot, so to speak.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's almost as if Chris Sabin is taking lessons from our World Heavyweight Champion, Christian Cage.
That's right.
Very similar situation with Christian Cage, Sting, and Kurt Angle, and you're right, stirring the pot. Couldn't put it better myself. Both men at the same time go for that high hip toss takeover.
Well, I was going to talk about, wow, look how they're working together right now. They figure Chris Sabin's going to try to embarrass him. They'll give a little bit of his own money. And Sanjay Dutt, I've always said maybe the, oh, right there, you can see the Black Machismo trying to steal one from Sanjay. And again, you can already see it, it's on the surface. But if Sanjay Dutt has an identity crisis, let me tell you how you get an identity. Win the X Division Championship right here.
Easier said than done. First pin, first submission, not only wins the match, but that individual will leave our Sacrifice pay-per-view event with the X Division title, and that's teamwork. That time, both of them put their differences aside for just that split second. Out goes the champ Sabin to the floor, but now Black Machismo shoots him off, takes Sanjay up, and he lands on his feet, and a drop kick, he just fly swatted Black Machismo away.
Oh, he saw it coming, was able to get out of the way just in time, and I mean, once it was just them two in the ring, it was time to get it on, but oh, Black Machismo throws one, and then that speed of Sanjay Dutt, and he's able to avoid the elbow.
You're also seeing the familiarity of these two men, the quick roll-up, but you see how quickly also Black Machismo, Jay Lethal rolls through, but Sanjay Dutt cranks on that camel clutch-like reverse chinlock. Here's the champ, Sabin basement drop kick right into the face of Black Machismo.
Oh, now look at this, it's like he's trying to say we're partners. Again, Chris Sabin, one thing he's doing is trying to get in the mind right now, the Black Machismo and Sanjay Dutt kind of feigning that he would partner with any of them, but oh, you saw he was setting Sanjay Dutt up to kick the Black Machismo, but Sanjay Dutt saw right through it and leveled Chris Sabin with a drop kick.
Now, Sabin.
Look at that.
Incredible move by Sanjay Dutt.
Unreal.
Complete revolution around the body, the X Division champ, Chris Sabin.
Oh, you can see Jay Lethal going for the high five, and now it's time to put all that past. It's time to try to win the X Division Championship, and you know, you can be partners if it takes it, but wow, he just shoulder blocked him right in, and then the kick to the back. Oh, what a DDT.
Dropped him right on his head, did Sabin to Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. I couldn't agree more. If the opportunity provides itself to work with one of the other individuals where it's to your benefit, 2 count for Sabin on Lethal, then obviously take advantage of that. But in the back of your mind, you have to be thinking at all times that bottom line, it's every man for himself in this X Division Championship matchup that kicks off Sacrifice before a raucous crowd here in Orlando, Florida.
And let's face it, if somebody's getting a pin, you've got to get in there and break it up. You can't allow it to happen. It doesn't matter if they're your friend or we're your friend. You've got to make sure you are watching every second and are within distance to break it up in time. It really is a disadvantage for a Chris Sabin, but I like what the champion has done. He's just gotten right into the heads of Dutt and Jay Lethal from the start, and now you can see the momentum all going the champion's way, and he almost got the pin.
Brutal kick leads to another near fall right there. Another 2 count for the champion, Chris Sabin. A great kick that was. He just put that boot right in the back of the head of Black Machismo, and now there goes the boots again. This one right between his shoulder blades.
I mean, it's hard to remember when this guy didn't have the X Division belt. He's just held it for so long, and again, he changed his attitude. He was somebody that was so easy to love and follow, and now he's just got that edge to him, but you cannot disrespect his ability in that ring. Chris Sabin is one of the best we've ever seen in the X Division.
And isn't it interesting that tomorrow is the 4-year anniversary of the day that Sabin won the X Division title for the first time?
Wow.
Among those 4 reigns, Black Machismo Jay Lethal uses his leg power, his leg strength, to take the champ Sabin over, and those quick right hands, right to the jaw, rocked him with 3 of them.
Well, whoa, nice move right there by Sabin. He did not even give Lethal time to set up his. And look at this. Oh, just spun around and kicked the legs right out of him. And that's what I'm talking about with Sanjay. And with everybody, you've got to pick your spots, but you've got to be watching it all the time.
Look out, Black Machismo to the top after that leg sweep by Dutt. Double axe handle off the top, crashing down to the X Division champion Chris Sabin's head out on the floor here at the Impact Zone.
Mike, I think he also cracked into that rail right there as the momentum from the Black Machismo sent him right into the rail. No, Sanjay Dutt, they don't see it. He's going up. Oh, beautiful moonsault. He takes them both out.
On a night when Tiger Mask will make his TNA debut, we see Sanjay Dutt use a patented Acai moonsault of Ultimo Dragon, another famous masked Japanese wrestler. Guys in the truck, let's take another look at this one.
Look how smooth it is. He doesn't worry about trying to go to the top. He knows the second rope is good enough, and did he time it perfectly and hit them both at the same time. Sanjay Dutt, I've said it, his speed is remarkable, and when you watch him out there, it's his greatest strength, and he's got to find a way to continually use it and not try to wrestle another man's game, because that's not what he does. He's got to use that speed.
That time, the speed may have backfired on Sanjay, maybe a little too deliberate, making his way to the top. Look how cocky and confident this kid is. Well, he tried to snap off the Hurricane Rana. Sanjay says no way.
No, he had a grip on those ropes, and he wasn't going to let it go. And now he's coming up high, but oh! Sabin out of the way. What a drop kick on Black Machismo. Whoa!
And then Sabin plants the boot, mule kick style, right in the gut of Sanjay Dutt, and then takes the cheap shot, the shortcut, by raking the eye.
And see, just when you get behind Sabin and you sit there and you start admiring his God-given ability, then you see him do that, poke the eyes, and you just, it just gives you conflicted feelings about the guy.
Sabin's got something in mind. Black Machismo Jay Lethal sent out to the arena floor. Now he's going to work on Sanjay Dutt. Let's see what Sabin has here for the original player from the Himalaya.
Whoa, man, he just snapped that off. 1, 2. Just showed the power that he has, and you can still, well, there's...
That's Stomper.
That's Stomper.
That's the new TNA mascot, Stomper.
Having a good time, and why wouldn't he?
You look surprised. You look shocked at Stomper.
Well, it caught me off guard there for a second, but by gosh, good to have Stomper in the building.
Sabin with the assault on Sanjay Dutt, putting the boots to one of the 2 challengers in this matchup.
Lethal still sucking wind out here outside of the ring, Mike, from that unbelievable missile drop kick that was intended for Sabin, but it caught him, and he is still outside of the ring.
Good call. It narrows it down to a one-on-one matchup with Black Machismo Jay Lethal out of the picture, out of the situation. Chance here for Sabin with the corner mount. It just adds a little bit, Don, of just a little bit of punishment, trying to get under the skin right there of Sanjay Dutt, more than trying to dish out any pain to him. Going to charge in now. Sanjay gets the boots up, catches Sabin coming in.
Whoa!
That's the way you snap it off, baby.
Man, when he hits that, he hits it so perfectly. And there he ducks, and oh! Now you can see the strength of Black Machismo. He just didn't quite catch the head. If he would have, it could have just really ended Sanjay Dutt. You can see Sanjay able to get up and crack the kick to the back of the head of Sabin.
Forearm shot by Sabin, enziguri by Dutt, and then Sabin turns him completely upside down, inside out with that vicious clothesline.
Man alive, he just flipped around. Looked like a frisbee going through there. I mean, unbelievable the strength of Sabin. Now all 3 guys trying to recover. And you hear the crowd, they appreciate the athleticism.
Who's going to be the first of these 3 competitors to get back up to that vertical base and deliver some offense? Slowly, Sanjay making his way using the ring ropes. The champ Sabin actually back up to his feet first. Lethal still down. Black Machismo in trouble. Sabin and Dutt square off.
You know, every time you see Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal getting a little momentum. Oh, again, Sanjay pulling out all the stuff. Oh, what a shot. That'll just take it to the back of the head and the neck. And Sanjay Dutt's on fire, Mike.
Slingshot leg drop, then springboard right into the fist press.
1, 2, got it. Oh, how close was that?
Just that close to having the X Division Championship for the first time was Sanjay Dutt. Big right hand to the top of head of Black Machismo Jay Lethal. Sets him up in the corner. Catches him first with an elbow to the gut. Now shoots him across diagonally. Here comes Sanjay. Caught him with the leg attack in the corner. Sabin measures him, and Sabin charges in. Stacks them both up in the corner that time.
Sanjay couldn't get out of the way in time, and Chris Sabin took advantage of it now. He's setting him up. Oh, no, could this be that hesitation? Oh, he rakes the foot right across the face of Black Machismo. And there's the hesitation drop kick, and he creeps him, Mike.
You anticipated it the first time. Hesitation kick. Oh, leads to another near fall. That one was so close.
Look at the look on the champion's face, and the Black Machismo right now, in my mind, is somebody that's got to get going here. It seems like it's kind of been back and forth between Sabin and Sanjay, but you know what? All it takes is one pin, and Jay Lethal trying to get to his feet. I think it's time he steps up if he's going to get a chance to win that first championship.
Sabin with the big right hand to the side of the head. It drops Black Machismo. Perfect placement, elbow. Drills him, this time in the back of the head. A deliberate, confident champion shoots Machismo off. Point of the elbow to the chest. Here's the pin. No, kick out by Lethal.
Just didn't quite have enough. I don't know what the Black Machismo's got in the tank, but he was able to get that shoulder up just in time. You can hear that crowd. They're just behind this guy. They love the Black Machismo Jay Lethal. He's been accepted by him, and they've just gotten behind him, and I think they're feeling it right now, but every time you turn around, Chris Sabin gets the advantage.
Sabin's got his fans as well here at Sacrifice. Little case of tastes great, less filling. They're cheering. Did you see that kick out of nowhere? He got leveled by Black Machismo Jay Lethal.
Sanjay Dutt, but now, look at the power of Black Machismo, and man, that backfired on Sanjay Dutt. Here it goes.
Full Nelson overhead release suplex. Then Black Machismo to the top. Here comes high risk Jay Lethal. Here he comes.
Here comes the elbow, and he hits it. This is his chance.
Cover it.
1, 2, we got to do.
No. That time Sanjay Dutt broke it up at the last split second.
Unbelievable. I thought we had a new X Division champion, and Jay Lethal, I think, was hoping Sanjay could just hold off, but you can't do it. It's for all the marbles in the X Division.
First pinner submission wins the X Division title. The boot by Lethal with the gut of Black Machismo. Sanjay taken up and over to the apron. Elbow caught him in the top of the head. Keep your eyes on Sabin.
Oh, here comes that lethal combination, and he hits it.
Backbreaker, fast face plant, and now to the top goes Sanjay.
Two. Unbelievable! And he hit it just in time. I thought that was a pin. Sanjay Dutt, he's got it. Now, Lethal able to get the shoulder up.
Now the pin here.
1, 2, Sanjay's unbelievable.
What a 450 off the top by the original player. Sanjay Dutt on the verge of leaving Sacrifice with the X Division title for the first time, and you're right, it's awesome, and it's a great way to kick off Sacrifice.
Wow, and I'm telling you, they are feeling it. Sanjay Dutt, so close, so close. He's on his feet, he knows it. It looks like he may have hurt himself on that 450, but he's sandwiched in between them right there.
You see the exchange here between Dutt and Lethal as the two former opponents collide.
No! Oh, yes! Sabin retained.
Yes, he got the 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still X Division champion, Chris Sabin.
Right place, right time. He remains X Division champ. You saw that little disagreement between Dutt and Lethal at that point. They shoved each other together, and Sabin takes advantage and keeps the title.
I mean, it's so hard to blame anybody when the title's on the line like that, but Sanjay Dutt knew it. Sanjay Dutt was so close. Sanjay Dutt had total control at the end. And then the mix-up with Black Machismo, and you see who's still walking out with the X Division belt. But I'm going to tell you, Chris Sabin knows he was in a war. Chris Sabin knows that he shouldn't be walking with that belt right now.
No, but he leaves Sacrifice as still the X Division champion. And there you see the two challengers, Sanjay Dutt and Black Machismo Jay Lethal, and now another difference of opinion. And this time, look at this, Don. It's turned into a slugfest, and here comes Kevin Nash.
Well, he's got to come in here. He just can't like what he's seeing. It's just the jealousy factor, and then now you see both of them. And man, Kevin Nash gets right in between, using his size to break him up.
Cooler heads to prevail here as Kevin Nash separates Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, and Sanjay Dutt, but they're still pointing fingers.
Well, you can see how he's trying to be the voice of reason. The match is over. Oh!
Hey!
He just kicked Kevin Nash right in the back of the leg. Oh, and then he takes off up the ramp, and you can see it's just been boiling in behind him.
Jealousy rears its ugly head once again. Sanjay Dutt takes that cheap shot at Kevin Nash. You can see how upset he is. Chris Sabin remains the X Division title holder. We're going to send it to the back. Jeremy Borash standing by with Robert Roode.
Thank you very much, Don and Mike. I am here with Robert Roode and Miss Brooks, and no Eric Young. Where is he?
What?
Where is he?
Eric Young?
Yeah.
Eric Young is at home where I told him to be. Because in case you've forgotten, Borash, I still own him. Now, why don't you ask me a serious question? Why don't you ask Robert Roode how he feels going into the match of his career tonight at Sacrifice against Jeff Jarrett? Why don't you do that?
Okay, fair enough. How do you feel?
Shut up! Jeff Jarrett, you may be a multiple-time world heavyweight champion. And you may be the self-proclaimed king of the mountain. But tonight, you are going to do something that you've never done in your illustrious career. Tonight, Jeff Jarrett, you are going to make Robert Roode. Because tonight, when I beat you 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring, Robert Roode is going to go from star to superstar. And everybody knows that I own Eric Young. But tonight at Sacrifice, Jarrett, Robert Roode is going to own you. And when it's all said and done, Jeff, you and the entire world will find out that it pays to be rude. You're dismissed.
Hello from ringside, Mike Tenay, Don West, Robert Roode, Jeff Jarrett yet to come, but Kevin Nash has something to say.
Hey, Sanjay! I'm not gonna go back there chasing you. I'll tell you one thing. Thursday night, Impact Zone, your ass is mine.
Wow, he was just, you can feel the anger boiling over on him, and he's been trying to help him. And obviously, Sanjay Dutt doesn't feel like he's getting his best effort, and we saw it all come to a head here tonight, Mike.
You know, for months, Don, Kevin Nash has been comedy relief here in TNA. That's as serious as I've seen the big man in ages. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have in store for you tonight at our Sacrifice pay-per-view main event. Is going to be for the world's title, but let's start it off with a Texas death match. Going to finally settle it between America's Most Wanted Wildcat Chris Harris and the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm. What a lineup tonight, top to bottom.
Here's a matchup I can hardly wait to see. It's the new, and I don't only want to say improved, Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels, as he's on this new mission, but he's got to take on tonight the War Machine Rhino.
We will find out if it pays to be rude. One-on-one matchup. It's Robert Roode accompanied by the CEO, the Chief Executive Offender, Ms. Brooks, against Jeff Jarrett, the King of the Mountain.
Anytime you can get the Samoan submission machine and the phenomenal AJ Styles in the ring, you know it's going to be breathtaking, and it's going to be something that you'll never see again. That is coming up tonight.
3 teams to vie for the World Tag Team titles. The champs, Team 3D, with 2 challengers, the Latin American Exchange, as well as Tomko and Scott Steiner.
And for the TNA World Championship, Christian Cage defends against the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, and of course the legend Sting. And how will Sting and Kurt Angle react with each other, as they have just been so consumed with each other?
Interesting situation earlier today. The team of VKM, BG and Kip James, appearing at a TNA meet and greet here in Orlando when Christy Hemi's new team, Damaja and Basham, sent quite a message. Check this out, Don.
Well, you can see right here, BG James are going over to the crowd, and just kind of one of those feel-good moments where they were getting ready to sit down and do an autograph session, and there you can see Basham and Damaja blindside him, Mike.
Oh, they sure did. And there you see they take Kip James. They throw him right through the door and turn their focus to BG James. Look at Damaja and Basham. They call that brain damage, and they just took BG James. They threw him right through the table, and did you see the back of his head? That hit concrete, unprotected.
Well, it was absolutely wicked, and you can understand what Damage and Basham are doing, just like we saw on Impact. They blindsided him. They're not allowing VKM to get prepared for them any way, shape, or form.
I know you have an update on the condition of BG James.
Oh, he was taken to the hospital, folks, right now. They're pretty sure he's got a super severe concussion, but they had to take him to the hospital earlier.
Up next at Sacrifice, one-on-one, it's Robert Roode against Jeff Jarrett. Let's revisit the history between these two.
Snyder sets him up! Oh, he smashes him right on the head!
Jarrett's got the guitar! A helpless stay!
Oh, my God! He just made it!
The words that we hate to hear more than any other in the English language. Yes, Jeff Jarrett has become NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Look at Jarrett fighting it! He's down!
You know, I've done more in this business than I've ever dreamed I'd do. A skinny punk kid, come as far as I have, carried a company on my back for 4.5 years, started it from scratch. But there comes a time when you just gotta step back and rethink things.
What?
What the hell? Jeff Jarrett!
We haven't seen him in months!
What the hell?
He's a part of D-Angle!
When I decided to come back, I knew one thing was gonna happen, that it's time for me to give back.
Nailed chair shot to the face of Eric Young. The blood flows down the head of Eric Young.
Wait a minute! Could that be? It is! Jeff Jarrett! Oh my God, that's his friend!
Jeff Jarrett? No freaking way!
Oh, he just creamed her! He just creamed Miss
We
Brooks.
finally know the identity of Eric Young's secret friend.
You keep your hands off me, punk, because I'm your boss.
Ronnie just knocked Cornette down.
Cornette.
You're fighting for all of us, Eric. Lay those babies in there. Oh, man. Oh, God. My God.
You think you're tough? Because it's Sacrifice. It's going to be you, Robert Roode, one-on-one with the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett.
Does it pay to be rude, or will the King of the Mountain prevail? Robert Roode takes on Jeff Jarrett.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by his chief executive offender, Miss Brooks. He's from Wall Street in Manhattan, New York, Robert Roode.
What an opportunity this is for Robert Roode to prove that he can run with the big dogs. You got to step up your game, Robert Roode, because if you think about this, Don, this matchup tonight here in Sacrifice is probably the biggest singles match ever in the career of one Robert Roode, accompanied to the ring by the CEO of Roode Incorporated, Ms. Brooks, a.k.a. the Flotation Floozy, according to Jim Cornette, the man who rubber stamped this match.
And his opponent is from Nashville, Tennessee. He is the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett.
Well, we have seen the transformation from this guy. He's a guy who's just gone through so many emotions. A guy dealing with so much, and as he's walking down the ramp, he's got to feel good to be back in one-on-one action, because it has been, what, this bound for glory. Say, wait a minute.
Hey, hey.
Oh, Robert Roode doesn't even give him a chance to soak up the moment. The pyro's still going off, and Robert Roode just cuts him off right from the start. And obviously that was his strategy, not even letting Jarrett get on track.
Boy, you're not kidding. In the blaze of the pyro, in the blaze of the entrance fireworks of the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, Robert Roode knows, Don, is when you're coming down that ramp, you're blinded momentarily by that pyro, and he took the perfect time to take the fight to the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, and he's doing exactly that. Lifts him high into the air, drops him down throat first across the safety rail.
I'll tell you another thing it felt like. It's one of the, I mean, think about when was the last time you heard a crowd reaction like that when Jeff Jarrett came down the ramp. They've seen this transformation. They've fallen in love with this guy, and I think Jeff Jarrett was soaking it in. And Robert Roode saw that opportunity, and he went right at him.
Listen to the support for the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett. Gonna try and pile drive Jarrett, but Jeff turns it around and connects, back body drop. There goes Roode, right onto the back, and look at Jarrett follow up with the right hand.
Oh, you could just feel it in there. I mean, he knows Robert Roode cut him off, and now he puts him into the rail, and you can see Robert Roode grab that elbow, that arm. Jeff Jarrett knows he's got the momentum now, and this is he's fighting for a lot of things, Mike. Oh, wait a minute, here he comes, right onto the table, he just smashes his head right here on the announce table with authority.
What has Jarrett said? He said he's back in TNA to right the wrongs, and obviously, this is one of them tonight, Robert Roode. A shocker to all of us when it was revealed that Jeff Jarrett was the secret mystery friend of one Eric Young. There's finally the opening bell. Drop pole hold, plants, Roode face first, and watch Jarrett paintbrush him.
Oh, he's just taken all those emotions, and let me tell you folks, if you don't know, this man has been dealing with so many issues in his private life, dealing with family illness, the like of which most of you have never known, and it's caused him to reevaluate his life. It's caused him to look deep inside and be a better person, and that's why you're seeing him come to the aid of Eric Young, and that's why you're seeing this man get back in the ring, and I mean, Mike, what he's going through has just been traumatic.
The Jarrett strut. He rolled out, slid out to the floor, connected with the right, but then Ms. Brooks get involved, and he turned his back on Roode, and he got clocked from behind.
Oh, and look where he went, right over that ramp, where he kind of like missed his step, and Robert Roode just put him down, and he caught him under the rail, and it looks like Jarrett's arm is trapped on the other side, and he's at the mercy of Robert Roode.
You touched on this earlier. Don, this is the first singles match here in TNA for Jeff Jarrett in well over 6 months. Of course, he was involved in that lethal lockdown 5-on-5 match, but that was a different scenario. Last month at lockdown, and Roode takes Jarrett and flings him and fires him shoulder first into the steel steps. Wow.
So, you know, could you be talking, Mike, about a little bit of maybe ring rust? It's got to be there. I know, like you said, the lockdown match is so different than what you're seeing right here, but, you know, a one-on-one action, and obviously, you can see Robert Roode go for the pin. Robert Roode's thought about this moment, you know.
And I would presume, Don, that the longer that this match goes, because of that situation, it's got to be advantage Robert Roode, wouldn't you think?
I would think so. I mean, the guy's in incredible shape. We've always known that from his Team Canada days. He was always the power of the strength. I mean, he is a physical specimen, and this is his chance. You talked about it earlier. You talk about making a statement. Robert Roode wins this match right here, and there's nobody that won't give him the respect that he deserves.
Of course, from outside, Ms. Brooks adds a little dishonor to this beatdown from Robert Roode. Gonna set Jarrett up in the corner. Knife edge chop to the chest. Goes to swing that right hand. Jarrett blocks it and comes out of the corner fighting. 3 quick rights, and now quick reversal. There goes Jarrett into the ropes.
Oh, look at it as he catches him and underhooks it now. He's got to turn around. He's got it pinned. 2. Oh, he just couldn't hold it.
Near fall off the backslide, but the second that Jarrett gets up, he's dropped in his tracks with that lariat. Clothesline leads to barely a 2 count for Roode before Jarrett rolls to the shoulder.
Oh, you can see the frustration on Robert Roode. He thought he had him, and he's throttling him right now. He's just got that neck and just trying to choke some air out of Jarrett. And you mentioned it, the longer this goes, it's advantage Roode, and if you can take the oxygen away from Jeff Jarrett, you're going to have him at a serious disadvantage. He just picks him up, scoops him up, and slams him.
Drives him down with the body slam. Tries to plays to the crowd here at Sacrifice. Not a good response for Robert Roode, who's perched up on that top rope with his legs on the middle rope. Pays to be Roode, he said. Went for the knee. Jarrett got the leg extended and put the boot right in his face.
Well, you can't take that long. You can't sit up there and primp and preen to the crowd and take that long with a man with the experience of Jeff Jarrett on the mat. And you can see Stomper, he loved what Jeff Jarrett did by getting that foot up in time and stopping Robert Roode in midair.
New TNA mascot, cheering on the King of the Mountain with the back body drop, and telegraphed it, snaps off the quick slam.
1, 2, oh, he almost had the pin, and man, you can see Miss Brooks still wearing that brace, and she got via the guitar shot from Jeff Jarrett. Oh man, he's got him right there in the sleeper hold.
A move that we've seen from Jarrett on many occasions. Sleeper hold applied by Roode, but Jarrett is able to shove him off into the ropes, and then he locks on the sleeper.
Well, Robert Roode would not like nothing better than to beat Jeff Jarrett in his own game. To beat him was something that Jeff Jarrett's beaten many people. Wow, great move there by Robert Roode as he reaches around, grabs the leg, and it looks like he's trying to set up for the figure 4.
That's exactly what it is. First, it's the sleeper. Now back to the Jarrett playbook by using the figure 4.
Oh, you can see Jarrett just, wait a minute
Extra
now.
leverage.
Oh, extra leverage right there is Miss Brooks pulling back on the hands, and when the referee looks around, she lets go just in time.
And you know Ms. Brooks loves to get involved in this matchup. 2 count on the shoulders of Jarrett. Because she thinks in her mind that she's gaining just a little ounce of revenge for that guitar shot recently on Impact, and again she's involved.
Well, she's usually even putting the foot up there for leverage. You're right. She's probably been thinking about nothing but embarrassing Jeff Jarrett in some way. She's making sure she keeps herself behind referee Andrew Thomas, and now referee Andrew Thomas, I think, kind of slid around so he could catch a better angle of her, and you can see Robert Roode, though, still applying that figure 4 leg lock with power.
Who better to know a shortcut to break the figure 4 than the man who's employed it so many times during his career? And Jarrett is able to extend his arms, make contact with the ring ropes, and get the break.
But that's the kind of thing, Mike, that just saps the energy right from you. When you've got it applied for that long, and you're fighting just to get to the ropes, you gotta wonder what Jarrett's got left, and look at him just crumple to the mat.
You're right, damage has been done. Roode follows the figure 4 by taking Jarrett by the leg, dragging him out to the middle of the ring, driving that knee down, and gonna try and play some mind games. The strut by Robert Roode, mimicking Jeff Jarrett.
Well, we might as well see him do the
small package, pin, 2.
Ow! That experience comes in. You can see Roode just up throwing haymakers, but Jarrett fired right back.
Both men exchange rights, as Don said. Roode momentarily getting the better of it. Gonna shoot him off. Here comes Jarrett, ducks the clothesline.
Whoa.
Both men go for the right. Both men connect. Both men are rocked. And they meet again in mid-ring, and both go for the clothesline, and both go down.
I'm gonna tell you, Robert Roode has studied tape of Jeff Jarrett religiously. He's just mimicking him one shot after another. And like I said, what a way to send a message to somebody that you've arrived and they're leaving by beating him in his own game, but it's caught up to both of them right now, Mike.
Ms. Brooks popping a cork at ringside, trying to get her man Robert Roode back up to his feet. She's slamming her hands on the apron, trying to get Roode fired up. That was quite a collision between the two.
Well, especially after the big rights they both threw that connected at the same time, and then they tried, and again, you see them just trading blows, but two good blocks right there by Jarrett, and he follows through with the right.
Exactly, both times that he blocks, he also connects with a punch, high up into the lights with the back body drop. King of the Mountain, now you can sense that confidence is on his side.
Oh, shot to the nans, and I mean, he hit it perfectly. I mean, you can just feel, you know what, getting crushed.
And did you see what he did after that low blow? He pointed right at Ms. Brooks and said, that one's for you. Roode catches him with the eye rake, then goes to the top, and Jarrett's prepared, waiting for him, slams him off the top turnbuckle.
Man, you could just feel the momentum turning right here, and now you can see Jarrett gonna set up for the figure 4 leg lock, and he's got it in play, and he puts it in.
Roode tried to fight it off, but Jarrett applies the figure 4 and caps it finally by extending his leg across the ankle of Robert Roode.
And Miss Brooks is on the wrong side of the ring, the head right here. As you can see, it's applied tight, and you can, oh, wait a minute. She is absolutely distracted Andrew Thomas, and oh, Jarrett's mad because Robert Roode was tapping out.
Momentarily lost his focus, and you don't see that often from Jarrett, a veteran of 20 years in the ring.
Oh, you're so right. He just, the frustration, he knew he had him, but that's what Miss Brooks does. She puts herself where she needs to be, and she just absolutely just flexes those assets of hers, and it distracts many a man.
See the whiplash there as Roode dropped down. The neck of Jarrett across that top turnbuckle, across that, oh no, he's exposing it now. The head of Jarrett crashed against the mat, and the exposed steel in the corner is a weapon that Robert Roode intends to use.
Oh, Jarrett blocks it though. Look at that, he's got the hands up. Oh, and he just breaks those rights right into the gut, and he tries to send Roode into the turnbuckle.
Roode able to counter, and then takes out the knee with that chop block.
You got to give him credit for the counter right there. It wasn't with, whoa! He's got a hold of him, and he's going to try to wishbone him here. Oh no, a little payback for the kick that Jarrett gave, and now look at him apply the pressure. Looks like Jarrett was able to hold off too big of a force.
Now what's Roode doing here? Moving people around at ringside, and he ends up with a steel chair that he flings into the six-sided ring.
You can see Andrew Thomas looking at him like, what are you doing? And he's trying to tell him no, and you can see Andrew Thomas now holding it with him, telling him he's not going to use it here. Robert Roode's like just, almost like he doesn't care about what could happen. Oh,
tug of war.
Back.
It ends up right in the face of Robert Roode. Jarrett gonna put him away first. Here comes the stroke.
He hits the stroke here, and you can feel it. Look at the emotion.
Penny jam. Penny jam. Roll him over. Here we go.
What a moment. 1, 2. Whoa. You can see Miss Brooks pulls the referee out. Oh, the referee is unreal. He's sending her out of here. He's sending her out of here.
Kick her butt out of here. Way to go, Andrew. Andrew Thomas sends Ms. Brooks from ringside.
Well, you can see Jeff Jarrett. He'll make sure she gets out of here. He's saying, get her out. And you can see Andrew Thomas, he's got his hands full. But wait a minute, what's in the hands of Robert Roode? Oh,
that's handcuffs.
Handcuffs, and he's going to use them like brass knuckles.
And Jarrett's got his back turned. He has no idea. He has no clue.
Oh no, Jarrett's going to turn right around.
God, knockout punch.
My God, it's over. Oh, it's over.
Hit him in the face. Hit him in the head with the cuffs. Referee Thomas in for the count.
2. Oh, he gets it up just in time. And the crowd, I'll tell you what, that's when Miss Brooks backfired on Robert Roode because it took the ref longer to get back. Jarrett was able to recover and get the shoulder up.
Check the frustration on the face of one Robert Roode. Not only is his CEO, Ms. Brooks, back in the locker room, the handcuffs didn't work, and now he's going to try and use the guitar.
Every chance he can to beat Jeff Jarrett at his own game, he's trying to do it. Referee Andrew Thomas, gets in there just in time to pull the guitar out of the way.
Took it right out of the hands of Robert Roode.
He wants these guys to finish this match on their own. And he pushes it back. And here comes the stroke, but no, he counters.
Quick drop down. Double leg takedown by Jarrett. Is he going to go for the figure 4 again?
He's
it's
trying
blocked.
to...
Look at Roode block it and shove him off into the corner, into the exposed steel.
He caught the exposed steel. Here comes the perfect flex, and no.
He calls it the payoff, and he gets the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, the exposed steel, and Jarrett got kicked into it. He caught him right in the face, Mike, and it was too much. He was heroic all night, but he couldn't take that.
The biggest singles match of Robert Roode's career turns into the biggest victory right in front of our eyes, Don West.
Oh, this is exactly what he wanted.
I just shocked the world. 2 weeks ago, I left your little friend with a guitar wrapped around his neck. Tonight, it's your turn.
Oh, you heard him. He said it's your turn, and you know what he's going to do.
Of course.
He's got that guitar in hand, and Jarrett, he doesn't have anything left to stop this, Mike.
He talked about the guitar shot for Eric Young that you saw recently on Impact.
It pays to be rude.
And now he wants to wrap that guitar around the head of Jeff Jarrett.
Oh,
Jarrett's up.
He cuts it off. He played possum like he couldn't stop it. And now he's got the figure 4 leg, the figure 4 in tight, and he's pulling on the foot. And you can see Robert Roode just flopping around, and here comes Miss Brooks.
Yeah, speaking of flopping around, here comes Ms. Brooks right down the ramp. Look out. Oh, no, Jarrett has no idea.
And she's got the guitar, and she's getting ready, and here comes Eric Young. And he stops her just in time.
Eric Young's here.
Look at this. He's going to put her in the figure 4 leg lock. He's got her in the figure 4 as they both got him.
Now that's the way you bond with your friend.
And you can see both of them just tapping every which way they could.
Matching figure 4 leg lock from the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, and from Eric Young. And yes, Robert Roode got the victory. He got the W, but Jeff Jarrett and Eric Young, they get the last word here at Sacrifice. Now, I'm informed that there's something going on in the locker room of Christian Cage. Hey, what's this? A victory party? You gotta be kidding me. He hasn't even wrestled yet.
Scotty, look at those arms. You're
Christian,
always ready. You're always ready.
I see you got the champagne glasses ready. They're all full. You got the champagne bottles lined up. But don't you think it's a little premature to start celebrating right now?
You saw that, huh? You're very observant. And what's that, 2 sentences? Is that a record for you or something? We're all very proud of you. We are. But you want to know why we're celebrating? It's real easy.
What?
Because we already know the outcome of tonight's matches. See, first of all, Scotty Steiner and Tomko are going to win the World Tag Team titles. They are. They're going to do it. And then after that, AJ Styles is going to embarrass Samoa Joe. And then in the main event, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion,
Hey,
the Instant Classic Christian Cage.
Time out. How am I gonna celebrate when I don't have a partner? Tomko's not even here yet. You know, if you don't show up tonight, I'm gonna hold you personally responsible. You're the one that brought that idiot in here.
Hold on a second.
He's a redneck.
Hold on a second, Scotty. You know I don't take responsibility for anything. That's just the way I do it. But as far as Tomko, man, he'll be here. Don't worry. He shows up last minute all the time. You know that.
Hey, buy him a watch. Send him a pager. Send him a telegram. It don't matter. That idiot better be here tonight.
Hey, talking about idiots. Samoa Joe, huh? Yeah. Hey, we've been through this before, Joe. I mean, it wasn't pretty then, and it's not gonna be pretty tonight. What do you think? You're gonna walk down with your little towel and scare the phenomenal one? I don't think so. Not with these guys. No, not when they got my back. Right, guys? Hey, right, Christian? Right when you got my back? Yeah, right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Anyways, it's like this. All right, guys? Rest easy, because tonight, what I was about to say, Scotty, I'm going to retain the World Heavyweight Championship against Sting and Kurt Angle. And believe me when I say, before we get to the main event, I'm going to make sure that these guys destroy each other. Yeah.
Good idea.
So you guys just sit back and watch the Instant Classic control his own destiny.
I like it. Hey, you know what?
Well, it's a confident world heavyweight champion tonight at Sacrifice, and I can't blame Christian the way that Kurt Angle and Sting have been at each other's throats. Up next on the pay-per-view, it's the Fallen Angel taking on the War Machine in one-on-one competition. We're getting ready for Christopher Daniels against Rhino.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from the City of Angels, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
You know, Mike, we talked earlier about the transformation of Jeff Jarrett. Well, here's another transformation, one of a different sort. As we see the Fallen Angel coming down wearing the Sting mask, got the Sting bat in hand. We've seen him with Sting last week, right before an interview with Sting. We don't know what that's all about. We don't know what this direction is that the Fallen Angel is doing, and it's just such a different person. He's been somebody that is so fun to root for and to get behind. We still can't figure out what's in the mind of the Fallen Angel.
And his opponent from Detroit, Michigan, he is the War Machine, Roode.
One speed for the War Machine. Straight ahead to the ring, charging down the ramp. A favorite. Here are the TNA fans at the Impact Zone in our Sacrifice pay-per-view event. The War Machine Rhino set for one-on-one competition against, yes, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. And Don, you're right about Daniels. It's really just so difficult to explain the transformation that you mentioned earlier. How about on Impact this past week when Daniels tried to communicate with Sting? Tried to talk to him, and Sting just brushed him off. He said it wasn't the right time.
Well, Sting's just got his hands full with the Kurt Angle and the Christian Cage situation.
You're not kidding.
And again, we'd love to be able to tell you why the Fallen Angel is doing the Sting imitation. We'd love to tell you what it's all about. We don't have a clue, and nobody right now knows what's in the mind of Christopher Daniels.
I mean, we've tried. Jeremy Borash on several occasions has point blank asked him, what's the story behind this? He won't give JB the time of day either.
I remember when he took this course and he said he had to evaluate and he had to get away for a while and he had to figure out what he was going to do in this business. And it's almost like he went somewhere and made a deal with the dark side, that he was going to sell his soul in one way, shape, or form to get back to the top. And it's just tough to watch because he's always been somebody that, well, to put it frankly, was just so freaking cool.
One would think, in terms of game plan, strategy going into this match, that the War Machine Rhino would try and rely on the size and power advantage. That would be Exhibit A, the clothesline that almost takes the Fallen Angel's head off.
I mean, we talk about a wide body. I mean, this is a jumbo jet. I mean, he has so much strength and power. And you talked about it when he came charging down the ramp. He's got one speed, and that's all out. There's no finesse when it comes to the War Machine. It's about hitting you hard, and taking you out.
You're right. Whether you're talking about his ring entrance or his in-ring strategy, that's what the War Machine Rhino from the Motor City is all about. Detroit's Finest reels off the right. There goes Daniels. Oh, man, back body drop.
Oh, man, he could just see the pain as he bows up. And as soon as he gets to his feet, the War Machine sends him right back down. Just vicious hits.
Daniels really has not gotten untracked here in the opening minute of this match. Rhino in charge until that perfectly placed knee. Rhino puts on the brakes. He's got the arm hooked across the top steel cable.
Look at
and
that
there's
string.
the power. Out to the apron, but Daniels with the shoulder block surprised him.
Well, Daniels was able to get his feet on the apron instead of going to the floor. And here he goes up high, but look at the strength of Rhino as he just catches him and just belly-to-bellies him right over the top.
Pretty much what we expected. The belly-to-belly releases him, plants him, and he's got him measured.
Oh, he wants to give him the gore right off the bat and just send a message that he doesn't care what's going through the mind of the fallen angel. And as soon as Rhino goes out, Christopher Daniels right back in.
Daniels using his brain power that time. Dropped out to the floor. And how about Rhino? Sidestepping the kick attempt and then clotheslining Daniels back at his head. Hit the floor.
The look on Daniels' face was priceless when he realized the kick missed.
Look out!
But he gets out of the way. And, ooh, Rhino lands badly on the ankle. He lands badly on the ankle right there.
I mean, that's 300 pounds. That's flung over the top and just crashing on the concrete, but he gets back up and hip tosses Daniels.
I mean, he just set him up and hip tossed him, and you can see Daniels again. And look at this.
Got him in his sights.
Oh, man, he went to give him a clothesline, and Daniels able to get out of the way and push him into the ring post.
You're right, sidesteps him, that's one thing. But then to take him and direct him and put his shoulder right into the steel, boy, that's advantage fallen angel Christopher Daniels.
Well, that's how you gotta beat somebody like the War. Oh, kicks him into the rail. You gotta somehow beat brute force with brute force, and you've gotta use the steel poles, you gotta use the steel rail, you gotta use anything that's gonna damage the War Machine.
Incredible impact with that kick by the fallen angel that time. And notice this, did you see what he's doing here?
Yes.
It started with the post. It continued with the kick, and then outside, he wrapped the left arm, quick pin here, barely a 1 count. He took the left arm and shoulder of Rhino and wrapped that on that steel guardrail. Think of the left arm for Rhino.
Well, and what else happens too is it takes all feeling out of your arm. You have no feeling there, and you're trying to get the blood back and get that feeling back, and you don't know if it's broken. You don't know what kind of damage he's done, and let's face it, he's now handicapped with one arm, and look at that. He goes right after that left arm again and wraps it around the top rope.
One other huge factor, and this would be probably what's going on in the mind of Christopher Daniels. You take out the left arm, the left shoulder of Rhino, that's his lead shoulder for the Gordon.
That's
That's
right.
the side that delivers the impact behind the gore.
Well, one thing about the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, is his brain. He's so smart. We've always known that. It's why he's always been able to hold his own against bigger opponents, and he's showing it right here. He's just beating the War Machine right now mentally, and now he's got him in physical pain. He's got that shoulder wrench, and he just keeps pulling on it. Not only is he pulling on the arm, he's just almost pulling that shoulder right out of its socket.
Probably an old cliche that we can break out here, but if there's ever been a case of brains versus brawn, it's on display in this matchup. Daniels outsmarting the more powerful, the stronger War Machine Rhino, Fallen Angel on several occasions, and that's why he's in control in this match.
He's got leverage too. You can see he's got the leverage, he's got the feet planted, and you can see Rhino trying to get to his feet, and he brings him right back down. A little kick to the gut. Now he's pulling on the neck or pushing down on it. You can see he's just causing pain every which way he's locked in.
Dual purpose, causing pain and taking away the size advantage of Rhino by keeping him down on the mat. Back up to his feet, reels off those rights, 2 of them to the gut, backbreaker across the knee.
Rhino saw an exposed area, and that's what he went after. He started just punching at the gut that he could see and could get to, and then just that backbreaker and that. He's just going one arm right now. But, oh, man, he's trying to get that momentum, and he comes right back. Hits him, but it cost him.
Yeah, just doesn't really have the power left on that left side. You saw the right-hand punches. That's one thing. With the left arm, Don was dangling down by his side. He went to use it for power coming off the ropes, but didn't have much behind it.
Boy, he had something behind that, though. You could just hear it through the crowd, but again, it really doesn't have the force it normally would. It just sounds, but oh, he slams him right down.
Pin,
1, 2.
Oh. But you can still see that the War Machine Rhino is favoring that left arm and shoulder.
Oh, he's not 100% at all. And he's just got to fight through it. He's one of those guys that can. He's just, but I'm wondering now if it's more than just fighting through it. I'm wondering if there's damage, physical, structural damage. And look at the Fallen Angel just goes right back at it. He can sense it.
STO takedown leads to a 2 count for Daniels, but you're right, his strategy has played out to perfection here. I think he saw that opening. From the second that he sidestepped Rhino on the floor, when he went left side first right into the steel ring post, Daniels has totally focused his offense on the left arm and shoulder, taking away the power, the impact side from the gore.
Oh, and there you can see Rhino just had to swing out of the way and use his right arm. Oh, spine buster! Wow, that'll get the momentum back. 1, 2, that was vicious. Oh, he got the shoulder up, but wow.
Spine buster was great. But on landing, you saw that Rhino didn't have good positioning when he went for the pin. The shoulders of Daniels were both exposed, and it allowed him to break up that pin attempt, and he's going for the clutch.
Oh, he's got it locked in, and you can see he's locking on that left side also. And Rhino just using pure strength, but look at this! He's got him there on his back.
Cross arm breaker applied. Daniels putting all that pain and pressure on the arm and elbow and shoulder of the War Machine. Rhino with that cross arm bar.
Oh, you can see referee Rudy Charles trying to see if the shoulder blades are down, and he's looking through. Oh, he's got his foot on the rope. The War Machine got his foot on the rope. What a look. He was able to break that up. Wow. Just the ring presence was incredible right there by Rhino.
I was going to say combination of luck and good ring positioning and presence, as you mentioned, but you saw that. Daniels with all of his weight drops down and then comes off the rope, single leg kick, and it just decked the War Machine.
I mean, you can see the longer this goes, the confidence level in Christopher Daniels. Here comes the BME, the best moonsault ever. He misses, but just landing on his feet was impressive.
Point of the elbow by Rhino. Swing and a miss with the clothesline, going to take him up to his shoulders and just power him down.
Oh, he hit it, and this is the chance.
Pin.
He had that moment.
Now he's got the weight laid across.
Oh, but you can see Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels still's got a lot in the tank, Mike.
And at the same time, I think you noticed when Rhino made the pin, that left arm was almost just still dangling there. He didn't have the power behind it, and as a result, Daniels able, yes, to power out it too.
For some reason, I just got this feeling that it's numb or the tingling or maybe even, you know, tendons tore or something, and you can just feel it by looking how it just kind of limps down to the left side.
Series of shots unanswered here by the Fallen Angel. He gets right in his face. Oh man,
what a shoulder. Wow, 1, 2, oh, and he gets his hand on the ropes just in time. I mean, think about it. If he could have had a little bit more of a running start, he could have hit him with a full-fledged gore, and that would have been the end, because I don't care
whoa.
No.
Daniels picking up that baseball bat. You talked about it from the moment that he came out here.
Rudy Charles didn't see it either.
The Sting trademark bat. God, did you hear that?
Oh, what a wicked shot.
He hit him right in the head with the bat.
What a wicked shot, and there's no way Rhino's getting up from that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
I'll say one thing. You and I may not understand the transformation that we've witnessed from the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, but you can't argue about success. And even the shortcut of using the baseball bat leads to the win for the Fallen Angel. Did you hear the thud?
Oh, you could just feel it.
Sickening.
And like I said, you could just see everything turning the Fallen Angel's way, and then that last rush by the War Machine is it just, you could just feel it. Let's look at some replays here if we can to show you what happened. And you can see Christopher Daniels coming over and giving us the sign, but he's still hurting. It was a war in there.
Oh, you're right, Don. Let's take another look at this. Rhino catches him and just powers him overhead. Baseball slide drop kick.
Right on his face right there, Mike. And then feel this, listen. Oh, God! Right to the back of the head. Oh, and you got, I mean, his bell, you talk about wrong. No way was he getting up from that 3 count.
That gets sicker every time I see it and every time I hear it. What a shot.
And you can see the prayer right there going on by the Fallen Angel. I don't know who he's praying to. I wish I could tell you what's going through his mind.
Rhino's got the microphone.
Daniels, I didn't come here to lose, and I didn't come here to be cheated. And this is not how my night's gonna end, because I'm gonna kick your ass.
Oh, Rhino wants more, he knows. that he got beat the wrong way. He's all about fairness, and he goes right after him up the tunnel, Mike.
Get him. Gonna go right up that tunnel and right down that entrance ramp. What's the story, guys? Referee follows. We're back here at Sacrifice inside the Impact Zone, and I'm being told that we're getting a camera in position, Don, back there to try and find out what's going on between Daniels and Rhino.
Well, we never expected this, and we didn't realize that Rhino was going to chase him up, so as soon as we can get a camera in place, we'll tell you what's going on. But again, watching the Fallen Angel do what he did to Rhino there and used every trick in the book, worked on that left shoulder, and then that thud. Wait a minute. Here comes Rhino. Oh, look at the bloody face.
Oh, my God.
Christopher Daniels. As wow, Rhino's exacting his revenge, that's for sure.
Look at that steel chair, Don, and look at the blood all over the chair. It's pretty obvious that that was the weapon that he used.
Oh, he just splattered his face all over. He turns around, and another shot. Oh, man, that's the price Daniels is going to pay for using that bat. And now Rhino's wanting more. He's got another chair in hand, and he's throwing it into the ring. Oh, he wants to bury him now.
Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels gains the victory here at Sacrifice, but the War Machine Rhino, he wants to win the war.
And then what do? You almost feel like you can't stop it. You got to let him get revenge after what Daniels did. And and what's he saying? Is he wanting to do like a pile driver or something? He was looking at the crowd.
Oh, you know what we've seen in the past from the War Machine? The Rhino driver!
Yes! He's taking him up to the second row. Oh, this could kill him.
Oh,
and now security. Come on, security. What are you coming out here now for?
God!
Let him do it.
Just at the point where he was going to give him the Rhino driver onto the steel chairs.
You can see the struggle of Daniels trying to walk his way up the ramp.
Daniels loves the blood. Look at that.
Why did security do what they did?
What we saw happen at the pay-per-view last Sunday was definitely a different side of it.
I came from another company too. I did everything that a good employee is supposed to do, except I wouldn't lay down to get ahead and compromise the woman that I am, the person that I am.
Let me tell you something, you little slut.
I don't think
Maybe you should just go back to that strip club you got fired at.
Women deserve respect, and we do not have to lay down for anybody, ever.
Hey. Girls are good for two things.
You know, you wanted to be treated equal, right?
You're right! We are only good for two things. Our bodies and putting men back in line when they step out!
I don't know if you know about that ladder to success. Before you go up, you gotta go around.
That is exactly what I'm talking about!
I'm done. I want a match against VKM.
You want a match for your team with VKM?
Yes.
You got it.
You're like that pimple on my ass that just won't go away.
You disgust me! You're a pig! It's time for you to get the punishment that you deserve! Please welcome Antonio and Romeo, the Heartbreakers!
Christy Hemme brings a mystery team to Destination X in the form of the Heartbreakers, but they don't get the job done for Christy Hemme.
Listen, I understand that you guys think that you've won this battle, but I'm going to tell you right now, you have not won the war.
Best laid plans of Christy Hemme go awry once again.
First two teams didn't matter. They weren't my boys. Third time is the charm, and my boys will be here at Sacrifice. I'm gonna go out to the ring right now. This is an invitation for you guys to listen to what I have to say. Come, don't come, doesn't matter.
Oh, wait a minute! They've just been blindsided right there! She set them up perfectly, Mike!
What the hell are these two guys doing here? They're not under contract in TNA.
I want to introduce you to my little surprise. These are my boys. This is Basham and the Damager. We'll see you at Sacrifice. Suck on this.
Whoa! Revenge has to taste pretty sweet to Christy Hemme.
It has not been a good night for VKM, Kip James. BG James already at the hospital. Lance Hoyt's flight's delayed. Looks like it's going to be a forfeit.
Whoa! You did not just say forfeit. Let me assure you that forfeit is not in my vocabulary. Yeah, they just took my partner. No, let me rephrase that. They just took my brother to the hospital. Now, what me and BG do between the two of us is our business. When you mess with my brother, that's a whole nother level. Yeah, I might be bringing a sword to a gunfight, but let me assure you, it's a pretty damn big sword. Now, I know those two jabronis aren't working on their own because they're just too damn stupid. That pig Christy Hemme's behind it. Now, it's all been fun and games up until now, but hospital visits aren't in the cards. So Christy, sweetheart, look out tonight. You're getting yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Christy Hemme, the team of Damaja and Basham.
Don, earlier tonight, you mentioned that we were even unsure about the status of this matchup. JB mentioned the word forfeit to Kip James, and he didn't take kindly to that. The attack earlier today at the TNA meet and greet, the Voodoo Kin Mafia interrupted by Basham and Damaja. BG James taken to the hospital.
911 operator, what's your emergency?
And your opponent, representing VKM, Kip James.
I mean, look at that determination on his face, Professor. He just took that personal, and I mean, this became serious. It became a war between him and Christy Hemme, and Christy Hemme went out and recruited her mercenaries, but look at Kip James. He is fired up, and if it's going to be handicapped, so be it. He's going to use that size and strength. Wow, what a kick to the face.
It's exactly what it's become, scheduled for a tag team matchup. Instead, now it's 2-on-1, a handicap match, and Kip able to put his power and weight behind that splash in the corner, and look how quickly Basham slides out of the way.
Oh, he was able to get out of the way, and they're going to have to just stop, rethink their strategy, because right now they've got a guy so mad, so ticked off, that all he's trying to do is just kill these guys, and they've got to somehow make it through this excitement level that Kip James is going through right now.
Clothesline from Damaja takes down Kip James. Well, what's going through the mind of Kip at this point? I think he probably feels like he needs to go right on the attack. Go on the offensive, use a fast break type of offense here, because let's face it, the longer this match goes, it's got to be advantage Basham and Damaja.
Oh, it absolutely is, and don't forget Christy Hemme out there at ringside. She'll take any chance she can in a cheap shot after the way things have been going between these. And you know, part of him wants to be with BG James at the hospital, but he probably asked himself, what would BG do right here? And BG would be in that ring just like he is.
Yeah, well, especially after the beatdown first on Impact. Oh, man, they double team and just about took his head off. And look how loud Christy Hemme is at ringside.
Oh, she took so much abuse from Kip James, and she's loving every second of this. It doesn't even... This is her plan. They took BG James out. I mean, that was the plan. They wanted to see if Kip James would have the stones to take him on in a handicap match. But wow, look at that. Look at the fluidity right there of Basham and Damaja as they're working together so well.
Couldn't agree with you more. Talk about a team that's on the same page. The double team move, they quickly nip up to their feet. Basham with words of encouragement to Damaja, who goes for the mount and reels off the rights.
Well, you can see one right after another as Kip James is, there's only so long you can handle the numbers game. And I mean, when you look at the size of Basham and Damaja, they're just, you know, they're almost equal to Kip James as it is, and there's just only so much you can do. And when you look at how the continuity these guys use together, it's just too much for Kip James.
And if you also notice the way that they're exploiting the count, the 5 count from the referee, Andrew Thomas, cheap shot outside, of course, by Christy Hemme, but they milk the count. They wait till 4 as the referee counts, and then they make the switch.
Oh, and they're just one right after another, and there's the boot right to the chest there by Damaja. And now you can see him just wrenching on the neck, pulling on the chin. And Kip James, for all that determination and for all that right now, he's just in a world of hurt and a world of pain.
And outnumbered 2-on-1. And then to top things off, Lance Hoyt, who we've seen, Don, for months now, associated with VKM. He's not here as well.
No, had a flight delayed, was not seen him and not able to make it in. And you just gotta hope that Kip James can find an opening real quick, steal one. But I don't even know if it's about winning so much as inflicting damage, but there he was able to use that experience.
This could be the opening. You saw the blind tag from outside, but then the partners, Damaja and Basham, collide. Backdrop suplex by Kip James, desperation move. But boy, Kip doesn't have much left in the tank.
One thing though, a guy with the strength of Kip James, somebody that's that strong with that size, you know, he's got such an advantage. If he hits something perfectly, it doesn't matter who you are, you're not getting back up.
Here comes Basham, charges in. Kip James gets the boot up, drops Damaja with the right, then one for Basham, and Look at him unload those big right hands.
One right after another, man. He just takes the elbow right there and another shot to the face as he's just getting it turned around. I mean, look at this. It's 1-on-2, and he's just doing it with ease, and look how high Basham went flying up in the air when he landed. This is the advantage. Now, goes to Kip James. Wow, is he able to turn it around.
Yeah, but he turns right in. Oh, to damage it with the brain damage. I don't think he's the legal man, though, is he?
I mean, he just set him down, and now you see Basham going up to the top. Oh, and he just places that head perfectly. And
diving headbutt off the top. Here's the pin. Here's the cover. Here's the 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the team of Damaja and Basham.
They used that brain damage move to send B.G. James to the hospital, and Damaja uses it again. Wasn't the legal man. He hit the brain damage on Kip James, slides out, Basham in. 1, 2, 3 after the diving headbutt, and Christy Hemme has got a winner.
Well, hell have no fury like a woman scorned. We've heard it before, and they picked a fight with her, and I mean, she's done everything to take advantage of it, and now you see Kip fighting back. One shot after another as they were going to try to inflict damage. I don't know what Christy Hemme was thinking right there.
I like this determination from Kip James, but again, the numbers game going to be too much here. You know, as I watch this all unfold, inverted atomic drop, and then the big leg from Basham drops him. As I watch this unfold, it's almost as if Christy Hemme lulled VKM Don into a false sense of security with the first 2 teams, as finally Lance Hoyt arrives on the scene. I guess his plane made it.
Well, too little, too late as he shields the body of Kip James with his, and you can see he realizes the 2-on-1 advantage there, but at least he got here in time to get him out of the ring and save Kip James.
What do you think about that? Did she lull him into that false sense of security before she brought this team to TNA?
Oh, she's so smart in the way she's handled everything. It's just exactly what Christy Hemme intended. Let's look at the history of Chris Harris and James Storm.
They were the most decorated tag team champions in TNA history. An unstoppable force that was derailed, their legacy ruined, and a friendship sacrificed.
And what? Hey, wait a minute! Oh my God! He just busted his own partner, Chris Harris, right in the face, and there's glass everywhere!
2 men who once fought side by side now stand as enemies in the 6-sided ring. Chris Harris, betrayed by his own partner, seeks revenge for broken loyalty and a career-threatening injury.
He's held on the frustration inside of him as he keeps going after Storm.
James Storm looks to further himself from his former teammate and stand alone as his own man. At Sacrifice, revenge is exacted and rage will be unleashed.
It's a fight to the finish. Cowboy James Storm versus the Wildcat Chris Harris in a Texas death match.
Chris, can I get a word with you just for a second? Now, it's been 5 long months, and tonight, you're finally going to get your hands on James Storm. I mean, what could possibly be going through your mind right now?
You want to know what's going through my mind?
Yeah.
This is what's going through my mind. Because this is when America's Most Wanted meant something. Do you remember that, Storm? Do you remember the heart and soul that we put into that team? I think you forgot somewhere. Because 5 months ago, you decided that you wanted to end the team. All you had to do was ask, brother. If you wanted to go your separate ways, that would have been fine. But no, you chose to end the team by trying to end my career, by taking a beer bottle and blasting it upside my eye. Letitia, for 5 months, I woke up every single morning wondering if today was a day that I was going to be able to see again. If today was the day that I would have my career back. Listen to me real close, Storm. There is a difference between revenge and payback. You have had a taste of my revenge. But tonight, you are getting the payback. For 5 months, I lived a nightmare. Tonight, my nightmare becomes yours. I'm done talking. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sacrifice continues. continues with a Texas death match. In this contest, there is no disqualification and falls count anywhere. A wrestler wins the match when he scores a fall on his opponent and the opponent cannot answer a 10 count. Introducing the first competitor accompanied to the ring by the pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore. From Leapers Fork, Tennessee, Cowboy James Storm.
Falls count anywhere. You heard the rules, and while the pin or submission win, Don, doesn't lead to an immediate victory, you do need to pin your opponent for the referee to start the 10 count and be victorious in the Texas death match. No disqualification. Falls count anywhere. The pride of Tennessee, Ms. Jackie Moore, brings the Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm, to the ring. Here's the introduction of his opponent.
From Fort Wright, Kentucky, Wildcat, Chris Harris.
You can feel the emotion coming out of the Wildcat, Chris Harris. You can feel it. You can see he's wearing that America's Most Wanted shirt. Look at this. Instead of you wanting to rip it apart, I'll rip it apart. And you know what? That's what he's got to do. He's got to cut it loose because AMW is done. And now it's about getting that revenge. And he got the eyesight back. I don't know how good it is, but you can tell it's good enough for Chris Harris. And this is one of those wars, Mike, like you said. It's not about the pin. You got to have that, but it's about beating your opponent up so badly that they can't answer a 10 count.
So symbolic, seeing the Wildcat Chris Harris rip that AMW shirt in half, and Storm meets him on the ramp. And the Wildcat Chris Harris, what is that, a chain?
It looks like the handcuffs.
That's the cuffs.
He had the handcuffs. He just wrapped it around his neck. And, you're going to see a viciousness, I think, with these two. I mean, think about how incredible they were as a team. The most decorated tag team in TNA history. There's no doubt about that. And it's come to this, and man, it's now a war. Falls count anywhere. And that's what you got to do. You just got to go for it, and you got to get out there, I think, in the concrete, too, to inflict as much damage as you can.
Wow, clotheslined him right over the guardrail, and here in the crowd at Sacrifice, you see him swinging those big, wild left hands connecting to the back of James Storm. Tennessee Cowboy goes up.
Oh, look at
pretty interesting strategy.
Look at that viciousness.
He runs up 4 or 5 steps, Don, so that he has a different level, and he can fight from on top and rein in those rights.
You got to have the high ground, and you're exactly right. James Storm went for it. But now he's finding himself on the other side, and the Wildcat's going to have it. And oh man, just slamming his face. And again, you could just see that determination. You could hear the scream, the primeval scream that Wildcat Chris Harris is giving. And man, he's thought about this every day, laying in bed with a patch over his eye, wondering if he'd ever see it. Wait a minute, he's going to take him all the way out of the impact zone.
And Storm fighting for his life up at the top row, the last row of the impact zone, as the Wildcat Chris Harris wanted to toss him over the top. And look at the crowd just move out of the way as these two big warriors are battling here in this Texas death match.
Oh man, and that's exactly what Wildcat Chris Harris wants to do. He wants to beat Storm amongst the people. He wants to exact all the revenge that he can to humiliate him. And you can see the crowd loving it. He is just relentless as Chris Harris has total control right now. Oh man, here he goes again as James Storm falls down the steps, trying to catch his balance on the rail, and the Wildcat just measuring it up, one shot after another. And again, you can see James Storm trying to get to his feet, trying to get out of the way, trying to crawl down there as fast as he can, Mike, but you can see Wildcat just stalking him. Oh man, that'll stop in a hurry.
Tossed a drink right in his face. Surprised the Wildcat Chris Harris with that move, and then reels off those right hands. You know, we're not certain about the vision of the Wildcat Chris Harris as he quickly reverses and tosses Storm right into the wall.
Wow, an innocent bystander barely got out of the way. And then you don't know if Wildcat can really see out of that one eye still. He's probably faking the whole thing just to get out there in the ring to beat up on Storm.
That's exactly what I was getting to. What did he do? Did he just pick up the beer bottle? Did Wildcat Chris Harris? I think he picked up the beer bottle from around ringside here that the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm brought to the ring.
Well, there's nothing he'd like better than to take that beer bottle and slam it right into the eyes of James Storm. And man, he's like drinking that beer right there just to kind of like fuel the fire.
you and I had a chance to talk to the Wildcat Chris Harris about the eye patch. He was feeling, Don, as if the eye patch hindered him more than it helped protect his vision. Look out!
All the way over the rail. Oh, man. I mean, you hear this crowd going bananas. I mean, I don't know what on earth he was thinking, but look at this
Gotta
again.
take another look at this.
Come on.
You talk about high risk.
I mean, he didn't hesitate.
Here he goes.
All the way over the guardrail, right on top of Storm.
You're
wow.
right. He cleared the steel with the cross body block. Hell, he takes out Storm. He takes out security as well. Here's the pin. 3 count. That's step 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wildcat Chris Harris has won the fall. He has 10 seconds. James Storm has 10 seconds to answer the pinfall. Starting now.
Here's the count.
Well, it's perfect. You hear the crowd counting along with him, and look at Storm as he's fighting to his feet. But man, that body slam as he just pressed him right over the rail onto the concrete.
He's at 8, and at 8, he's back up to his feet, but barely. Security's still down.
Well, Rudy Charles right there on top of things. I'll tell you what, earlier, when Wildcat threw Storm into that wall, an innocent bystander almost got creamed. It's dangerous. You got to be careful out there.
You can sense here that the Wildcat feels the level of confidence. He had it up to 8 on that count to 10 to win this Texas death match, but he's totally in control, and he's going to go high risk again, up on top, and Storm just flings the steel chair right in his face, and look at the way Harris lands.
Oh, he did. He got himself caught up there, and what a perfect shot by Storm. And now look at this. I mean, Wildcat Chris Harris is just... there's nowhere he can go. Oh, and he just shot him right in the face. Oh, and you can hear it vibrate off the steel ring post as well. Oh, in fact, I think it even hurt James Storm in the process, but what a smash on the face.
Who cares about if it hurt James Storm? He hit him right in the face with the steel chair, my God!
Look at the blood pouring down. Oh, he busted him wide open. Oh, man, and now it's all Storm just planting those fists right into the face.
You're right. The series of right-hand shots by the Tennessee Cowboy right into the opened-up wound of the Wildcat Chris Harris, and now Storm going underneath the ring. It's no disqualification, so while we're PO'd at Storm, it wasn't illegal.
Oh, man, you can see he just doesn't even know where he is right now. He's trying to get his grips around him, and Storm knows it. I mean, look at him. Look at his eyes. He's dazed. I mean, if I'm Storm right now, I do a quick pin, and just there's no way he's answering a 10 count, but I think Storm just wants to inflict as much damage as he can.
Yeah, I think that's really the key here. It started with the steel chair shot, unprotected to the face of the Wildcat Chris Harris, and now the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm is going to position the table in the middle of the ring.
Oh, he's setting it up, and man, I mean, it's all Wildcat Chris Harris can do to get to his feet. And now Storm just comes right over with vicious shots in the back of the head. He knows he's got Chris Harris right where he wants him. What a shot right there to the chin.
A wild swing, but that time it connected right to the jaw with the right hand. Storm now going to try and follow up the advantage. Obviously, he's got that table put in position.
Oh, he was trying to like
from the top. What's he? I don't know. Is he going to go?
Oh, but no, he holds on. That's a great move right there. He's held on with everything that he had, holding on to the top of those ropes. And Chris Harris survives it. And you can still see it's hard for him to get to his feet.
That wasn't smart on the part of James Storm. I thought he was going to try and overpower him with a superplex. Instead, tried to Hurricane Rana. Harris wouldn't allow it. And Sunset flip now. Roll through. Back up to his feet. Is the Wildcat going to go sharpshooter here? But look at Storm fight it off.
Oh, he is. He's just flailing madly. Anything he can do to somehow get some kind of leverage, as you can see. Oh! Harris couldn't get him, but that'll get you some. Just stomp the old foot right there where it hurts the worst.
Now, he's got him. Oh, man! The catapult by Chris Harris as we see James Storm head and face go right into the table, and now Storm has got the blood flowing from his head as well.
Oh, he caught the end of the metal when he got catapulted on the bottom of the table. I don't know if you can see that. He caught the metal, and it just sliced him wide open, and he's bleeding like a stuck pig. Oh, my gosh, he caught him perfectly. Look at the blood pouring down Storm's face.
Both Harris and Storm with blood flowing down their face in this Texas death match. No disqualification, and now, well, Harris used the table once as a weapon. Let's see what he's got in mind now.
You know, when you first saw it, you thought almost like the table shielded it, but you look at those steel edges around the bottom, and that's exactly just caught Storm, and I mean, he is leaking blood profusely, and what a shot by Harris.
This is where it impairs your vision, and isn't that ironic that the flow of blood in the face of James Storm is impairing his vision, much like Chris Harris had for 5 months?
Oh, he just didn't have the strength to suplex him over, and then you could see where Storm plants that kick right there. It's just a self-defense mechanism, but it works.
Storm trying to clear that sight, trying to get the hair out of his eyes, trying to get the blood from flowing into his eyes.
Now he knows what it's like not to be able to see clearly, but keep in mind that Chris Harris is bleeding in the same spot.
Storm with the boot, gonna try a, take him up. There it is.
The Lion, the Storm right here, and he's gonna bring him right on the table, and he does. Oh, and he's caught there where you can see the, oh, man, he just kind of convulsed. Just kind of convulsed right there. I think here's a pin. 1, 2, 3.
That's step 1.
I don't think he can answer
Storm
the
gets
10
the
count.
pinfall. Wildcat Chris Harris has 10 seconds to get to his feet, starting now.
Just lost so much blood earlier. And then when you take a wicked shot like that, he just took it from up in the air as he just spun him around in the eye of the Storm and hit it right perfectly.
5 for referee Roode Charles. 6 is the count.
He's trying to get to his feet.
7 is the count. You gotta get up, Chris.
He just doesn't have enough in him. Wait a minute. No, he's got up.
Barely.
He barely got up just in time, and he's using the ropes to stay on his feet. Wow.
Oh, and just as he gets back up to his feet, just as he balances himself, Storm cuts him off and drops him again.
Now, what is Storm doing now at the table? As you can hear the crowd showing their appreciation for these warriors. And, oh, man, it was all that Wildcat could do. And now he's back down off of his feet. But that determination, Mike, was something else.
One table was already used by the Tennessee Cowboy, and now James Storm goes underneath the ring.
Look at the blood.
I see it. Just pouring out of his head, flowing down onto the table.
I mean, James, he just doesn't have anything left.
That you can see as he dropped down right in front of us here. The loss of blood as it just continues to flow like a faucet from his head. Try to Tennessee Jackie Moore trying to scream at him and try and cheer him on. But he's doing everything he can just to get back up to his feet and just to get that table in place.
Well, he knows he's got a quick opportunity now. He's got to take it. He knows that Wildcat Chris Harris is out on his feet. And if he's got anything left in him, he's got to beat Chris Harris now. But when you look at that loss of blood that Storm is suffering, and it is just gross to see it, you got to wonder if he has anything. If there's anything in those punches.
Yeah, but is there any opportunity here for Harris to take advantage of this opening? Because Storm's still in control.
Oh, he is, and now he's got the blood flowing down. Oh, no, he's going to try to take him over those ropes. Looked like he was going to try to eye the Storm him, and oh, man, but Wildcat holds on for dear life.
And then answers from the apron. Big swing, big connect, first with the left, and then he stuck his head between the ropes, and Storm caught him with the boot, and then drops him face first with the DDT.
Man, you got to wonder where Storm's getting it from. Look at that, the blood just pouring out of his head. You wonder how on earth he's able to keep it going, but he is so close. And there's no way, if you can hit someone hard enough with a pin, there's no way they're getting up with this loss of blood. Oh, no, what's he doing now?
Trash can gonna come into play in this no disqualification Texas death match.
Oh, he's trying to send the death shot right here. There's no doubt about it. One shot with that garbage can, and that's it.
Tosses 2 lids in. And you can see he's got to reset himself here just to get the strength to toss the trash can in.
Oh, man, and you wonder how on earth he's doing it. That is just pure instinct, pure hatred right now.
Snap, what's this?
Oh, he's got a kendo stick, it looks like, in his hands.
Well, he's got the weapons in position. He's got his opponent, Harris down, and then out of nowhere, what a spear!
Speared him right into the table. He waited for it to be right in front of it. He just set him up, and then he speared him right through it. Oh, what a shot! What a shot!
I think Harris was playing possum. We caught that one look in his eye, and he saw the explosive move. We gotta look at this again. Check this out. Watch the explosion here.
It's cat-like. I mean, he goes right through the ropes. He pounced right on him, and what a shot!
Oh my God. The blood continues to flow as the Pride of Tennessee, Jackie Moore, gets right in here and just knocks Harris right off a pin attempt.
Oh, this is absolutely unbelievable. As the blood flowing from Storm's face, Wildcat's gotta find a way to get a pin as Jackie Moore stops it.
I'm not sure that Storm is going to be able to continue much longer here.
No.
Harris has got a chair.
They're gonna have to do something. They've gotta stop this. As you can see, Wildcat Chris Harris has got the chair, and this is going to end it. He wants to do a death blow. All the frustration, all the things that he's done, this is his chance.
He's waiting for him to get to his feet, and he barely does. He swings, he misses.
Oh, what a super kick!
How did he do it?
Unreal! What a super kick, too! Oh, he got his shoulder up! You gotta be kidding me! How was he able to get his shoulder up? That's willpower.
How the hell did Storm get the strength to super kick him like this?
And hit it perfectly. Hit it perfectly. Unreal. Talk about the match. I mean, a Texas death match. Only thing that's keeping this. Oh, and he just smashes him with the garbage can lid.
The wild shot with the lid, but boy, it connects to the top of the head of Harrison Wade. The second he gets up, he drills him again in the top of the head and drops him.
Oh, man, I mean, you just look at that crimson mask. Oh, what a shot! What a shot by Harris as he was able to counter. Another one to the head.
I know, Don,
war.
you said they may need to stop this, but think of the 5 months that Chris Harris went through. This is an eye for an eye when it comes to the Wildcat Chris Harris.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to see the catatonic. He's got him up. Right onto the garbage can. He's going to beat him there with the catatonic.
He's got to cover him and get the 3.
Here it goes. 1, 2, what?
You know what this is? You know what this is? This is pride. This is guts. Because neither Storm nor Harris will allow their opponent to beat them with the signature move. He kicked out from the super kick. He kicked out from the catatonic. This is unreal.
I mean, this is unbelievable, but you're right. There was no way Storm was going to let him beat him with the catatonic. There was no way Wildcat was going to get beat. Oh, Jackie Moore, somebody put a stop to her, but there's no DQ.
Oh, come on. Putting the boots.
Ah, here comes Gail Kim.
Thank God for Gail Kim.
Oh, man, and she put the knee right into the gut.
Cuff her.
She's
Cuff her.
She's got her right here. That's how you stop it.
That's one way to do it. And put the cuffs around her and drag her ass out of here.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at the bottle. He's got the bottle in his hand as he's trying to get to his feet. Wait a minute. Looks like Wildcat's got what it is.
Harris has got a bottle. Storm has got a bottle.
They're both trying to get up to their feet. Oh, Storm gets creamed by Harris as he hits him on the head with the bottle. He's got to go. Oh, man, he just busted the bottle. What? You talk about sweet revenge. 1, 2, 3.
Now we got to count 10.
Wildcat Chris Harris gets a pinfall. Cowboy James Storm has 10 seconds to answer the bell, starting now.
Here we go.
1, 2. Oh, there's no way.
3.
Wildcat. 4. I think he wants to get to his feet, too.
6. Count, Rudy.
7. 9. Can he get to his feet? No, he can't.
Ring the bell, damn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Texas Death Match, Wildcat Chris Harris.
Oh, my God, but look at him. He feels the joy, the exhilaration of revenge.
You talked about the difference between revenge and payback. We just saw the payback. To the back, JB. Wait a minute, something's going on with Sting. Take it, JB.
I understand perfectly. I've interpreted this just the way you told me.
Kurt, I am so sick and tired of you jumping me from behind. Is that the way you want to be a tough guy, jumping me from behind like you did last week? If that's the case, you better have your ear to the ground and you better have eyes in the back of your head. And Christian, As for you trying to stir it up between Kurt and me, no need to do that because our Olympic gold medalist has done an excellent job at doing that. So, guess what? It's showtime!
Wild situation in the back with JB Sting and a bloodied fallen angel Christopher Daniels. But as we come back live here at Sacrifice, Don West, we need to regroup here for 1 second and take into account what we've just witnessed in an incredible Texas death match where the Wildcat Chris Harris finally gets his payback after 5 months of hell, after 5 months of nightmares. I tell you what, guys in the truck, I don't know if there's any way that we can get a replay of any of the action from that match, but I would love to see a package of highlights.
It was so personal, Mike. It was such a personal war, and you could just see the comeback that Chris Harris, the man who thought his career might be ended, he wasn't going to be stopped, and you saw that chair shot that started the blood flowing from him. And then when he was able to slingshot right there, catapult
That's the key.
and he caught it. Right there, you could see where he caught that steel underneath.
To me, that was the turning point of the match, Don.
Oh, it was absolutely, and then here was the pin for Storm. But the spear through to the table, you thought that was going to be the end of it. But it wasn't. Somehow, and then the super kick perfectly placed by Storm.
This is where we talked about the pride. This is where also ego comes into play. They would not allow their longtime rival to beat him with their own move. He barely beat him to the punch with that beer bottle, but he smashed it right in his face.
And then
he got the pin, the ensuing 10 count. Look at the glass from the beer bottle. This was stage one. That was step one. That 3 count, and then the 10 count from referee Roode Charles. And yes, the Wildcat Chris Harris gets his arm raised in victory. Wow.
Think about what he's come through. Think about what he's come back from. A man that was almost completely blind in one eye, a man that never thought he was ever going to wrestle again, and what he loves to do most, and to have to do it with somebody that he was friends with for so long and like family with. It was so personal, Mike.
I thought it was just so symbolic, Don, the way we saw that he ripped that t-shirt when Harris made the entrance, and it leads to the victory. And yes, here at Sacrifice, finally, Chris Harris gets payback.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue TNA's Sacrifice with this 4-way X Division match scheduled for one fall. Introducing the first participant from Tokyo, Japan, Tiger Mask.
The character Tiger Mask, with origins in a Japanese cartoon, has been a part of wrestling in Japan for over 25 years. In the early 80s, Satoru Sayama revolutionized Japanese wrestling. The second Tiger Mask, a Hall of Famer, Mitsuhara Misawa. Koji Kanemoto in the early 90s was the third. This is the fourth man to proudly wear the famous mask. He was trained by the original Tiger Mask, Satoru Sayama, a 3-time former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champ.
From Detroit, Michigan, the second participant, Alex Shelley.
I'm sorry, Mike, there was something on my earpiece. Could you go through that whole history thing again with Tiger Mask?
Oh, we'll talk about Tiger Mask, the history of that character as this 4-way X Division matchup unfolds. Here comes Mr. Paparazzi, Alex Shelley. He's competitor number 2. Did I mention it started in a cartoon?
Yes, you did.
From Brooklyn, New York, Sunshine.
You know, you ask yourself, how do you follow what we've just seen? And then what you've got to do is you've got to throw the X Division in play, and these are the kind of guys that, yeah, it won't be the same type of match we just saw, but you're going to see things from here that you'll take with you that you know you'll never see again.
And the final participant is from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Jarrett.
I think that's really a good call. It's almost like we're going to switch gears here after the blood and violence and brutality that we just witnessed in the Texas death match. Let's put these 4 great X Division stars, including the pioneer of the X Division, Jerry Lynn. Let's put them in the 6-sided ring, and let's watch them tear down the house.
I mean, think about it. You've got 2 X Division champions. You've got the great from the Orient, and then you've got Alex Shelley. And don't underestimate Alex Shelley in a match like this. He's somebody that has so many different unique styles. He does things so different than everybody else. He can beat you on the mat. He can beat you high flying, and he might even be the strongest of the group in there, and he'll take any shortcut that he can also.
First pin, first submission to win this four-way X Division match, the back heel trip by the Warrior Senshi, and he turns it over, quickly went for the half crab, and then floats right over to the side headlock, and now the front face lock on Jerry Lynn.
Oh, you can see Jerry Lynn getting to his feet. And I look at Senshi and Jerry Lynn in that ring, and I go back. I think about it as we come upon our 5-year anniversary. I think about that first year, and you think about these two and the incredible matchups Senshi and Jerry Lynn had in that ring, and man, alive, does that give you great memories, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does. You talked about that 5-year anniversary. That's next month.
That's absolutely right. Slammiversary. Oh man, it's unreal how far we've come, and now you can see Senshi doing everything he can, and Jerry Lynn, oh, he went for a foot stomp and he couldn't hit it.
I like that. Lynn went for the crucifix. Senshi was able to counter. You're right, the double foot stomp didn't connect. Look at this, him take him right up into the air, and Jerry Lynn.
Oh, but look at this, Senshi.
He just overpowered him that time.
Keep your eye on his
right
feet.
Back down.
Keep your eye on his feet, because he'll kick you from anywhere in the building. We talk about it, but they really are an extension of his body like nobody else.
Bar of the arm by Jerry Lynn after taking the Warrior Senshi overhead. Gonna back him up into the corner as Senshi. The quick turnaround here by Lynn, but Senshi just as quickly goes up to the middle rope and snatches the arm, and he's gonna try and pop the elbow of Jerry Lynn with that cross arm bar.
Wow, look at Senshi though. He was able to lock those legs in and do what he could to stop the momentum of Jerry Lynn, and then when Alex Shelley saw a movement where he could catch them both weak, that's when he came in. And look at that, oh, and he applied the pressure to that arm, and it looked like he almost tore that left arm out of its socket.
Tag in to Paparazzi Productions' own Alex Shelley. I'm still not sure about the problems that Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley have had in recent weeks on Impact with one Mr. Backlund. Are you?
No, I mean, can you figure out anything when it comes to Mr. Backlund?
Hardly.
I mean, we know he's upset about his book being stolen, and I don't know what he writes in it. I know he takes it everywhere he goes.
But you've seen him write it.
All the time. But I still don't know what it is. You can't get close enough and look over his shoulder to get it. That's just been a weird situation with him.
And then Sabin and Shelley stole Backlund's book.
They got it. They got the book from him. I don't know how they were able to achieve that. But they got it from him, and I mean, and you could tell how personal Bob Backlund was taking it.
Look how cocky Shelley is. Shoots Lynn off into the ropes. Wild swing with the clothesline doesn't connect, but that tilt-a-whirl head scissor sure does, and then the arm drag that follows.
Oh, and it was just the way he put the arm drag in. He just snapped it off so hard, and that's what you got to do is send Alex Shelley a message. Alex Shelley was just a little too nonchalant out there. You can't be that way with Jerry Lynn. And now look at Jerry Lynn pulling the arm, and Alex Shelley trying to take every shortcut he can, and here comes Tiger Mask.
Here it is, the TNA debut. The United States pay-per-view debut of the former 3-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion for New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's New Japan's version of our X Division.
Oh, look at how.
What did you say, cross the line?
Yeah, he just was baiting him. Oh, and look at this. He goes right around and tags Senshi. This kind of goads him right there and then gets out of the way. So now it's Senshi that's got to face the anger of Tiger Mask.
This Tiger Mask, trained by the original Sayama, the man who, as we mentioned, revolutionized Japanese wrestling, a very different style that made him one of the most influential non-heavyweight wrestlers ever.
Oh,
Great kick.
wow.
You talked earlier about watch out for the boots, the educated feet of the Warrior Senshi, and he just connected, and that was a wake-up call for Tiger Mask.
Well, that's the incredible thing about Senshi, and that's what makes him such a great former X Division champion is you talk about being able to beat you so many ways, but those feet of his are so lightning fast. And it doesn't matter if he's on his head or up on the top rope or where he is, he can hit you with him. Oh, man, nice move by Tiger Mask.
Perfect counter to the top wrist lock by Tiger Mask. The hip toss takeover. You see the agility in the back leg sweep, takes down Senshi, and then the drop kick to the chest.
Wow, Tiger Mask getting his momentum right there, and you can see Senshi just kind of looking things over. You wonder if he wants, maybe going to do a tag here with somebody, but no, I think Senshi wants to measure himself, but Jerry Lynn wants a piece of that. You can see the look of frustration on Senshi's face. He wanted to go at Tiger Mask.
Blind tag from outside. The Warrior Senshi didn't see that one coming, but Jerry Lynn tags in. He's now legal. He's going to hook it up and lock it up with Tiger Mask.
Jerry Lynn, you talk about somebody that worked so hard to get back in that ring and you know, be dominant again in the X Division. Wow, no, nice. kick right there. Way to use the feet by Tiger Mask and just sent Jerry Lynn flying.
Oh, exactly. We talked about the educated feet of the Warrior Senshi. We're seeing that from Tiger Mask as well. That time from the middle rope, he goes cross body, but Lynn able to avoid him. Small package, the inside cradle and the 2 count for Lynn on Tiger Mask.
Oh, that was very close to being over, but Tiger Mask able to sense it and get his kick out just in time, and all of a sudden Alex Shelley, everybody's tagging themselves in right now, and oh, he rakes the eyes and takes those shortcuts. That's the thing about Alex Shelley that just ticks you off so bad, and what a right he put on Jerry Lynn.
But if you think about it, Don, in a match where it's first pin or first submission to get the victory, it's a smart strategy to tag yourself in. Get yourself in, because the last thing you need to be is on the apron while that pin or submission is occurring inside the 6-sided ring while you're on the outside looking in.
Well, and it's almost a catch-22. You know, you want to stay out there as long as you can so you can stay fresh, but you can't win if you're not in. And that's why you find themselves tagging themselves in, thinking they can maybe get a quick shot, a quick pin.
After the Tiger Mask kick, the reversal by Shelley sends him off into the ropes, and oh man, he just caught him with the cutter and then poked him right in the eyes.
Every chance he can. Oh, nice kick. A variation of the Pele that we see the phenomenal AJ Styles do. He hits it, and then
standing moonsault.
He got it. 2.
No.
So close.
Tiger Mask going to head outside now and make his way up the turnbuckles. Oh, up on top. Shelley caught him unaware with that open hand, and Shelley follows up. Going to try and bring Tiger Mask back in. Here he does.
Oh, what a jawbreaker that was. They just brought him right in and took it right on top of his head. And that'll just set stars in your eyes, but Tiger Mask not showing any signs of it.
You're right, shoves him off into the corner, follow-up kick. Now going to try and suplex him. Instead, positions him up on top. Tiger Mask headed way up to the top. Look out, gonna go for the double underhook. Gonna try and go for the Tiger.
Oh, he
caught him.
Oh, what a shot, what a camera shot. Here it is, 1, 2. Oh, Senshi gets that boot in there just in time to the back. What a shot by Tiger Mask.
Shot off now into the ropes. Senshi telegraphs the back body drop. Tiger Mask caught him with the knee, but out of nowhere, there's the Warrior connecting with the kick.
I mean, it's like watching an old Kung Fu movie. You can't believe he's actually doing it that smoothly, but he does. But wow, Alex Shelley using his feet, and that's something that Senshi's used to doing, and it caught him off guard. Oh man, I love how he does that. Just kind of stops, comes back, and wham, and Alex Shelley, I think, realizes he wants to get out of here at this moment.
Jerry Lynn from outside avoids the contact from the Warrior Senshi and then drops the leg right across the head.
Oh,
Cradle pile driver.
Well, he's going to try to end it right here, but Tiger Mask comes in, knows that if Jerry Lynn hits that, it might be over, and he just comes right in and spins the kick and catches Jerry Lynn.
Back kick, that was on target, right to the chest of Lynn, who springs from the second rope into a drop kick that takes Shelley right out of the match.
Oh, he took him right into the guardrail. You didn't get to see it, but I mean, he just crushed the guardrail super hard, and now Senshi and man, feel those knife edge chops.
Off the exchange, Tiger suplex attempt here is blocked. Senshi not going to allow him to connect with the Tiger suplex. Instead, from outside, sunset flip in by Lynn. Oh, right into that suplex.
2. Oh, it was close.
Interesting debut here for Tiger Mask, don't you think?
Oh, look at this. Does it look like he was going to go for a pile driver? And now you can see
TKO.
Oh, he hits it.
Pin.
1, 2. Alex Shelley just in time to break it up.
Desperation move by Shelley pays off because he stays alive in the 4-way match. And now it's Shelley and Lynn exchanging.
Alex Shelley took a wicked shot to the rail. I was wondering if he's going to be able to get back in here. He's able to do it. Hesitates. Oh, but that was a smart move because Jerry Lynn went for it. And there gives him what a kick. What a kick to the back of Jerry Lynn's head.
Rocked him that time. Drilled him right in the side of the head. Going to put the pioneer of the X Division, Jerry Lynn, up on top. Lynn fighting off. Big right hand, clubbing blow to the side of the head, and tornado DDT attempt. Blocked by Shelley. Missed that kick.
Oh, nice elbow.
Lynn, lured him into the corner to catch him with the elbow, and now here comes...
Oh, that was unreal. Senshi comes flying and somersaulting across the ring, and then catches Jerry Lynn in the head. That is what I'm talking about. He's unbelievable with the martial arts.
Key crusher up on top. Lynn fighting it off. Series of shots.
Well, it's about pride here. Oh, man. Looked like Jerry Lynn was going to try to hit him with a cradle pile driver from the top rope up there. And now Tiger Mask goes up top.
From the top, Tiger Mask with that double underhook. Lynn fights it off.
Oh, look at this.
Shelley just tossed off Tiger Mask onto Senshi.
Oh, and he pushed him. Oh, what a kick. What a kick by Shelley on Jerry Lynn. Oh, Alex Shelley's in perfect places. Senshi and Tiger Mask are out of this. And you think of the shots that Jerry Lynn's taking, and he hits him with the Hurricane Run. He's got him.
Through.
Wait a minute.
Lynn's got him.
He does it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Jerry Lynn.
Well, it's that experience, Mike, of Jerry Lynn. He let Alex Shelley go ahead and hit him with it, and then he just allowed it to let the momentum roll through, and then he was able to stop it on a dime, and Alex Shelley was stuck, and there was nowhere he could go.
Couldn't describe it any better myself. The X Division pioneer. Wow, come on, Shelley clocks him with that big shot from behind.
Well, Alex Shelley feels he got one stolen from him, and he wants to take it out on somebody. And Jerry Lynn, but look at Jerry Lynn. That's that pride. And you can see him just throwing the blows right there, fighting off Alex Shelley. Oh, man, he can't believe that Alex Shelley would try to dishonor this.
You're right, mid-ring mount, series of shots. What's Saban doing here?
Well, we know how Saban and Shelley are birds of a kind.
Yeah,
and I mean,
joined at the hip is what you were going to say.
Right. And look at the combination, and I'm telling you, they work together as well as anybody I've ever seen, and there's no way Jerry Lynn can handle this onslaught.
X-Division champ picking the bones. Backlund.
Oh, man.
Mr. Backlund. Oh, these are the two guys he's had the problems with lately.
Well, look at that as he scoops the leg of Saban, scoops it again and hits him on his back, and now both those guys don't know how to deal with this madman. He's so crazy, and Alex Shelley realizes it and pulls Saban out. I mean, look at him.
Mr. Backlund just embarrassed Alex Shelley and the X-Division champ Chris Saban.
Oh, it's
again.
Crazy. He's just flat out crazy. And he goes to Jerry Lynn's aid.
Mr. Backlund checking on the condition of the man who was victorious in this matchup. Jerry Lynn wins the four-way. Up next in Sacrifice, the World Tag Team titles are on the line.
Last month at Lockdown, Team 3D fulfilled their destiny and reached a milestone, doing what no other team in professional wrestling has done, capturing the NWA World Tag Team Championship, thus becoming the only duo to hold every major tag team championship in wrestling today.
Finally, the legacy has been fulfilled. 20-time World Tag Team Champions. Many people say, Team 3D, what are you gonna do now? We're gonna defend our belts. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a nice, long title run.
But for a legacy to sustain the ages, the real challenge isn't making it to the top. The real challenge is staying there. Since last month's Lockdown, Team 3D has taken on all challengers, but tonight they face their toughest defense to date. Tomko, a dominant brawler in the world of tag team wrestling in Japan, looks to bring gold to Team Cage as he teams with one half of the most decorated tag teams in wrestling history, the Steiner brothers, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. Completing this three-team championship match are the former title holders LAX, waiting for their first opportunity to regain the championships they held for 6 months.
You're gonna know why we are the most decorated tag team in the history of this business.
The World Tag Team titles are on the line in a three-way tag team war.
Oh, my brother, testify!
The World Tag Team titles are on the line in a three-way tag team war. Team 3D defends against LAX and a team of Tomko and Scott Steiner.
Tomko, tonight the NWA Tag Team Championship is up for grabs in a three-team tag match between LAX, Team 3D, and you and Scott Steiner. But the question is, why are you not with your partner right now going over the strategy for tonight's match?
Very good question. Very funny answer. The answer is this. How do I go over strategy with somebody who thinks the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? This guy's an idiot. Now, first of all, I need to address something. I'm tired of everybody questioning my whereabouts around here. If I'm not here, it means I'm taking care of business someplace else. It was one thing for Christian to do it, but for Scott Steiner to call me out on the carpet is a totally different issue. Now, Scott, I said I would be here tonight, and I'm here. Let me get this straight with you right now. My pride and my honor override everything. I will be there tonight, Scott. Will you?
The second title match tonight at Sacrifice, and the second three-way matchup as well. This time, tag team style for the NWA World Tag Team titles. Let's break down the three-way by going to the tag lines. Last month at Lockdown, Brother Ray, Brother Devon finally lived their dream. They win the titles. They become Grand Slam champions in the process. The former champs, Homicide and Hernandez, look to regain the gold and give the Latin American Exchange their third reign as title holders. When it comes to Tomko and Steiner, they know Team 3D are their enemies. They've coexisted and fought with LAX, and quite honestly, they're not sure, and I'm not sure, that they can even trust their own partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a triple threat tag team contest for the NWA World Tag Team Championship, scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number one from the Latino Nation, accompanied by Conan, Homicide, and Hernandez, the Latin American Exchange.
Speaking of exchange, look at that exchange of looks between Hector Guerrero, who has been disapproving of Conan and his methods and how he represents the Latino people, and you could just feel that tension right there from that glare from Hector Guerrero.
As part of the Spanish broadcast team along with Willie Urbina, but you'll recall at Lockdown, Hector Guerrero pretty important in giving Team 3D the tag team titles.
Team number two, first from Detroit, Michigan, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. And his tag team partner from Jacksonville, Florida, Tomko.
So many important factors when it comes to tag team wrestling. Obviously, Don, teamwork among them. But just the mere trust that partners have to have. We've seen how the lack of trust led to problems between a team like America's Most Wanted. You think Steiner trusts Tomko or vice versa?
No, you've got to be on the same page, and that is exactly what these two are not, and that's on the same page. Now, hopefully when the match starts, it'll all be instinct, and they'll do what they've got to do to get the victory, but you're right, Mike. They don't trust each other, and that's not good if you're going to be a teammate.
And team number three, from New York City they are, the defending NWA World Tag Team Champions, Brother Ray, Brother Devon, Team 3D!
However you want to position it, they lived their dream, they fulfilled their destiny. But last month at Lockdown, Brother Ray and Brother Devon, Team 3D did what no team Don has ever done. They become the Grand Slam Tag Team Champs. Look how proud Brother Ray is of presenting a gold to the crowd here at the Impact Zone. And since winning the tag team titles, you've got to admit they have been fighting champions.
Alan, you just stole what I was getting ready to say. They haven't ducked anybody. I mean, that's what a champion is. They not only proved that they were the Grand Slam champions, what did they do? 2 weeks in a row, they defended their title right after it. Now look at this. Why do they need to be in a three-way dance for a tag title championship? But they don't care. They're not ducking it. They're giving Steiner and Tomko their chance. They're giving LAX a chance for their rematch. That's what makes Team 3D special.
How about the body language out here on the floor with the looks that Tomko was giving Steiner and vice versa?
Oh, it is. It's just the hatred. It's almost the distrust, and you can see it in their eyes. But, you know, it's one of those things where when you're as experienced as they are, especially Scott Steiner, and what it's got to be done in the ring, a part of you thinks, all right, they're going to be able to figure out what it is they've got to do. And you can see Tomko, I think, trying to be the voice of reason, and Steiner, everybody just kind of screaming at each other, trying to get prepared.
Oh, you're right. What a face-off this is, as all 6 men here in the ring, all 3 teams squaring off. Just to find out who's going to start this matchup, where to keep the theme alive in this 3-way match, first pin, first submission, wins the match at Sacrifice, but even more importantly, they'll leave with the World Tag Team Championship belts.
We see Homicide and Steiner out there, and I wonder about this strategy with LAX. You almost think you want power on power, but maybe they're thinking the speed of Homicide and just, you know, he's awful cunning, and we know that. He's one of those guys that he's fearless. I mean, he's a guy that it's not about size, it's about heart. And interesting way to start for LAX, I think.
Yeah, it sure is. They send Homicide in against Big Papa Pump, the genetic freak Scott Steiner. Think back recently on Impact when we saw a three-way singles match. Homicide and Steiner worked together as a team against Big Brother Ray for several minutes.
Oh, but then there was a moment where Homicide went and blindsided Scott Steiner and hit him in the back, and that turned him. And then you saw that just how Scott Steiner just kind of manhandled Homicide right there. Homicide able to avoid it, be hit perfectly, but man, feel that. You can hear those chops.
Well, you're right.
Whoa.
Yeah, in that match, that momentary friendship, that momentary teamwork that they had, it went to hell, didn't it? Big boots here. Homicide to the gut. A Big Papa Pump, and Brother Ray sneaks in right in the back door. Homicide lands on his feet, and Steiner decks Homicide with the clothesline. Brother Ray!
Oh, wow.
What a suplex.
Suplex, and I mean, he just creamed Steiner as he almost broke his neck right there. And oh, you could see Brother Ray now pulling him to his feet. Now look at this.
Did you
Steiner
see that?
Showing his strength. He lulled him right into it.
He sure did. Steiner playing possum. Brother Ray thought, what an impactful suplex I just hit. And Steiner immediately answers with one of his own. Oh, these two big men meet with the clotheslines. And then Homicide with a dual drop kick.
Well,
one leg for Steiner, one leg for Brother Ray, but Brother Ray quickly pops up.
Homicide's so smart, and he saw that both of them were just not steady. They didn't have their feet down firmly, and he took a quick kick, and it sends a message. Sends a message that you better not forget I'm in here. Now look at this. You can see Homicide recruiting Steiner back and realizing, hey, we're going to have to work together and get it down between us.
Little case of deja vu all over again here. We just talked about earlier, much as we saw in the three-way singles match recently on Impact, it's Homicide and Steiner working, at least momentarily, as a team against Brother Ray.
Well, it makes strange bedfellows, that's for sure, but I don't think Homicide and Steiner trust each other for a second. Brother Ray, what a shot he took, one after another. He just swung wildly.
Now they changed positions, and Homicide rifles off those lefts. Steiner with the big right, and here comes Brother Ray with the comeback.
Well, how quick, too, for a man the size of Brother Ray. He just threw 4 or 5 of them, almost Sugar Ray-like, but not enough, as you can see. Look at the teamwork. Oh, but they telegraphed it, and Brother Ray made him pay.
Boot for Steiner. He's got Homicide in trouble, but Homicide fights him off. Rapid-fire elbows, but there's the boot for Homicide that decks him.
Steiner needs to get a tag into Tomko right here. I mean, he's been out there from the start. He needs to find out if Tomko and him are on the same page, like we mentioned earlier. And right now, Brother Ray's not even letting him get over there.
Yeah, it has been interesting. What are we, Don? What would you say, 3+ minutes into this match? And there's the first tag. It's Brother Devon in, Team 3D, with a little double team for Scott Steiner.
I'll tell you, you want to talk about being on the same page, it's Brother Ray and Brother Devon. And yeah, that's the key about it. Wow, you saw Tomko just get in there just in time to break it up.
Pin attempt by Devon on Steiner. You're right, broken up by Tomko, and that enables Steiner to get back up to his feet, catches Devon with a couple of shots, and tags in, turns it over to Big Tomko.
Wow, what an elbow shot by both these guys. I was going to say by Devon, but Tomko gives him one right back, and look at him, and now shot after shot by Tomko, and I mean, when you saw Devon with the power slam.
Took him over with ease, but Tomko gets back up to his feet and clotheslines Devon down.
I swear he was almost on his knees and he still clotheslined him. That's you realize the size and the height advantage that Tomko has. But Brother Devon, I mean, you talk about solid. I think that's just the best way to describe him. And I swear Hernandez just got a tag. He did.
He did. Blind tag from outside by Hernandez, who then slingshots himself in with the shoulder. Brother Devon going to open up those big right hands on Hernandez.
Well, we talked about how strong Steiner is, how strong Devon is, and Ray and Tomko, but Hernandez, who just flings Devon up, may be the strongest man in that ring right now.
Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it, when you're talking about Tomko and Scott Steiner and the like. Fez pressed by Devon leads to rapid-fire rights to the side of the head and the top of the head of Hernandez from LAX. And, of course, when you talk about LAX, you've always got to keep in mind the LAX factor at ringside, and that's Conan.
You talk about a guy that knows how to run his team. He knows how to play mind games. He knows how to get them motivated. That's what Conan does. And as long as he's out there, LAX is always in it. But right now, Hernandez is just taking a shot after a shot. Oh, man. Steiner and Tomko work together there as they just wishbone Devon right into the steel ring post.
Yeah, and Hernandez wanted to take advantage of that. But you can see that the referee is being distracted because Homicide's in the ring, and I think at that point, Homicide may have hurt his own partner, Hernandez, there, who was on the verge of a pin attempt. Now, tag in. Homicide, the legal man, but Hernandez...
Look at this strength, as you can see, Hernandez
gonna
now.
slingshot him.
Right into Homicide, and he just had nowhere to go, and then he hits him right there. Oh, man, you can see Devon, and that's the teamwork that LAX brings.
Brother Ray, you can see how upset he is. He shoves the referee, senior official Rudy Charles, right in the chest, as Scott Steiner now going to square off with Devon and send him face first into the turnbuckle.
I got a little dizzy there for a second.
Momentarily.
Wow, you can see now Scott Steiner just with those knife edge chops right on Brother Devon, and so far I'm impressed with the way that Tomko and Steiner have been able to work together.
Mid-ring collision. It's a clothesline from Steiner. He's going to ring it out and drop the elbow.
Perfectly placed. Oh, instead of going for the pin, and I think that's going to upset Tomko. He starts to just show the strength, and now you see Brother Ray doing it just to kind of send a message.
Double team now. Tomko and Steiner on Brother Devon, sent for the ride. Both men connect with elbows to the chest. What a thud.
That was a
Brother
wall of
Devon
elbows.
landed. Whoa.
That was a steel wall of
Right.
elbows. Oh, man, Steiner goes over and takes a quick shot on Brother Ray and sends him down.
Yeah, but he quickly turns his attention right back to Brother Devon, going to take him over to the LAX side of town. And he's got Devon positioned up on the top corner, up on that top turnbuckle. Hernandez has got him front face lock. Homicide and Brother Ray are battling outside, and boy, are they ever.
Well, you can see Homicide using himself as a buffer to keep Ray from getting over there, but amazing the teamwork between Steiner and LAX. We've seen him do it with Homicide, now we saw him do it with Hernandez.
Hernandez has got Brother Devon, who has been beaten down for several minutes here. Quick counter, quick reversal. Corner clothesline by Devon, still trying to get his bearings, still trying to figure out where he's at in the six-sided ring. And Hernandez is so agile for someone 300 pounds, 6'6". Devon catches him, flying forearm shot, and now going to try and suplex him back in, but Hernandez fights it off.
Oh, he just pushes him right out there. Devon's been out so long.
Whoa!
Oh, man, he comes off the top and knocks the air out of him. Oh, but Tomko in to break it up. He couldn't allow it to happen.
300-pound splash.
That'll take the air out of you.
And look at Tomko. Tomko flings him over to the corner and then tags him in. Do you see that move?
Great move by Tomko. He wanted a piece of Brother Devon. He knows Devon's there for the taking right now. He knows Devon's been out there for 6-7 minutes. And look at the force of Tomko's blows.
That is great strategy in this three-way match. Drag him over, tag him in, become the legal man, and take advantage of Devon.
DDT!
Devon answers out of nowhere, shocked us all with the DDT, and Tomko is headed back to tag in Steiner.
I mean, that was just pure poetry. As Brother Devon, I don't know where he came up with it, as he tries to make the tag, and Brother Ray and Homicide cut him off, and there's Hernandez right behind him.
Let's see if LAX goes to the patented double team. That's exactly the case. And Brother Ray was so close with the blind tag from outside. There's the tag, finally.
Oh, and look
now
at
he's
him.
legal.
And you saw the double clothesline, and now you see him fired himself up. One shot after another. He goes over and repays Steiner for one that he gave him earlier.
Yeah, you're right, just for good measure, one for Big Papa Pump. How do you fling a 300-pound guy like that out to the floor then bring Homicide in?
It helps if you're 360. Oh, look at that arm drag. I mean, he just hip-tossed him right over. And now the boot to the gut, and I mean, what a DDT right there by
Hit
Brother
on
Ray.
Tomko. 2 count only. Second time Tomko got dropped on his head with a DDT. Homicide off the top. Flying shot for Brother Ray. Devon's got Homicide now.
Oh, man, and he just powers him down one after another. You can see Steiner coming in, and there goes the right. Now the belly to belly. Oh, man, the strength of Scott Steiner.
Got him overhead with that suplex. Here's Hernandez on Steiner.
Wow.
Drop down backbreaker.
He just broke that back right over that shoulder, and then the boot by Tomko as it's just all broken loose, and Brother Ray just sends Tomko reeling. Whoa.
Big slam for Homicide. First pin, first submission. Gets the tag team titles. There it is. Can he put it through the goalpost?
Oh, Brother Devon, that's a long way to travel. He does, and he hits it perfectly. Wow, right in the stones, and you can see Homicide reeling in pain.
Team 3D, the Grand Slam Tag Team Champions, in the driver's seat here at Sacrifice. You hear what the crowd says.
Well, when Team 3D's in there, they know tables have got to be involved if they can, and Brother Ray and Brother Devon going over to get one, and I don't see one. Oh, Hernandez been flying over the top rope as they were looking for the tables. Hernandez just creamed them, creamed them.
Yeah, but then he didn't see Brother Ray from outside, who sends him into the steel. Meanwhile, in the ring, the double team on Homicide. Tomko and Steiner just laying them in there.
You saw Tomko just telling Steiner, go for it. I mean, he's letting him know he's there for him. And wow, this is a great chance for Team Steiner and Tomko. Look at this. He's got him on his shoulders, and Tomko's going to the top.
Little doomsday here. Steiner's, no, going to turn him around. Yeah, it is.
Oh, but look at the roll-up by Homicide.
What?
1, 2. Oh, almost had a pin. LAX was almost champions again.
Boy, Tomko missed off the top. Let's see if Homicide can take advantage for LAX.
Oh,
nope.
Man, and he caught his back on the ring apron. Whoa, that had to be a vicious blow to Homicide, and now you're looking at the two.
You can see that Scott Steiner is questioning Tomko.
What in the world is the communication? And now Team 3D steals one right there. Did he get it?
No, just two.
Oh, man, and then he takes a clothesline by Steiner.
We talked about this earlier, and then as the match progressed, we thought that Steiner and Tomko were on the same page.
Now you see Tomko almost just saying, okay, Scott, you take it. And he set him up, and here comes it all. He gets out of the way, and Tomko boots Steiner right in the face. And here comes the 3D. They hit the 3D. 1, 2, 3D.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and still NWA World Tag Team Champions, Team 3D.
The Grand Slam Tag Team Champions do it again. Another successful title defense for Brother Ray and Brother Devon. We're going to celebrate and sacrifice with Team 3D.
I'll tell you, Tomko had the right intentions, and Steiner had him set up, but able to avoid it and get out of the way. And then that was wicked right there. Shot, and it ended up going right on Scott Steiner, and man, that talk about causing the mistrust. Well, that's not going to help that team at all.
On again, off again relationship between Tomko and Scott Steiner that we saw develop right in front of our eyes in this match.
Well, you can see Team 3D, they're entertained by this as they're looking on in the ring, and Steiner's blaming Tomko for everything that happened.
And you can see the verbal. Oh, he's berating him, and he's shoving him in the chest. Steiner and Tomko both.
Well, they might as well just, I mean, what else have they got to lose here? They've been challenging each other. They've been questioning each other's integrity time after time, and now it's going to end on this. And look at Tomko firing those rights. And Steiner doesn't.
Look at this.
Wait a minute.
Look who just hit the ring.
Oh, man. It's Rick Steiner, Scott's brother-in-law. Man, Tomko doesn't stand a chance.
It's the dog-faced gremlin. Rick Steiner is in Sacrifice. You know what? There's somebody Scott Steiner can trust, his own damn brother.
You talk about an experienced tag team. There are the Steiners together again.
You don't have to question your own brother. Take a victory lap around. I love it. The Steiners are at Sacrifice to JB with Kurt Angle in the back. Tomko can't believe it.
I must say, Kurt Angle, this is a bit unusual. You've requested an interview right here on Sting's set. What's going on?
So this is where all the hocus pocus BS comes from. Sting wants to call me a gym teacher. We're talking about a grown man who goes to Walmart before each and every one of his matches to buy face paint, to paint his face so he can go out to the ring looking like Ronald McDonald. Because that's what you are, Sting. You're a freaking clown. All right, kill the Sting effect. Kill it. See that, Sting? That's a garage door. Nothing special. Just like you. You see, the difference between me and you, Sting, is I don't need mood lighting. I don't need face paint. I don't need to fly from the ceiling down to the ground like a Cape Crusader. And I definitely don't need to holler like some biatch. You see, Sting, the big difference between me and you is I'm a wrestler. You're a cartoon character. So get ready, Icon, because this gym teacher is about to school you. Oh, it's real. It's damn real.
Two of TNA's biggest rivals square off in the six-sided ring. Next, the phenomenal AJ Styles battles the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, sacrifice continues with the following one-fall contest. Introducing first, from Gainesville, Georgia, the phenomenal AJ Styles!
I love that video package that we just saw detailing the long rivalry between these two competitors. The phenomenal AJ Styles, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. But if you think about it, Don, in the previous matchups between these two, been a little bit different. Phenomenal AJ Styles, but I like what they said. They said Styles and Joe, they are TNA Wrestling.
And his opponent from American Samoa, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
You know, watching that package, and it said they are TNA Wrestling. They are the future of TNA Wrestling, and we've seen them so long. You know, they're the future of professional wrestling. These guys are so good. And it just, anytime you know you're going to get to see Joe and AJ in the same ring, you know you're going to see something that you don't get to see much. And I mean, this is the kind of matchup that you'll travel thousands of miles to see. And one day you're going to see these two, and it's going to be for all the marbles. It's going to be for the World Championship. I just know that one day and think about that level. But right now, it's about pride. It's about making a statement. And it's about two of the best that TNA has ever seen.
And it's about opening the eyes of TNA management as well, because you know that Jim Cornette has got 20/20 vision. He's watching this matchup, totally focused on this to see who prevails here, Samoa Joe and the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Their styles are so different. The phenomenal AJ Styles earned that nickname, folks, because he'll do things that make your jaw drop. And then you'll see Joe and that force and that strength and that attitude. It's like nothing you've ever seen in a ring before.
Feeling out process that we anticipated quickly turns into an offensive flurry by Samoa Joe that's punctuated, first by the back body drop, and then he uses his leg power and leg strength to sweep the legs of AJ Styles and take him down.
Man, I'll tell you what, he caught AJ Styles flat and square in the knee.
I thought so.
I mean, you could just see it. It's one of those things when it happens, and you don't like to watch it, but AJ's obviously doing okay as he just hits it with a few shoulder blocks right after one after another.
Series of shots in the corner, but Samoa Joe still able to reverse, shoot AJ off, and then drill him with a kick.
And that is amazing that a man that size can hit you with a kick, not only that high, but that fast. It's just out of nowhere. It's almost like watching Senshi sometimes with 100 more pounds on him.
Yeah, but to me, that's been the thing that has always taken Samoa Joe in the class of, say, the super heavyweights,
right.
those wrestlers that are near the 300-pound mark. That's always the thing that has separated Samoa Joe from everybody else.
Well, AJ Styles there took one right out of the playbook and chopped his legs out from underneath him, and look at that agility. But he didn't land well, and that hurt him. That hurt him. And Joe used it to his advantage.
Sweeped him with the leg, and AJ went directly through the rope.
You gotta be kidding. Is he gonna go through? He does. He goes right through and knocks him right over the rail. Oh man, that's what this is about when Joe and AJ meet each other, and the crowd knows it. The crowd can feel it.
Little elbow suicida there. Yeah, suicide elbow as part of the suicide dive from Samoa Joe, and AJ Styles goes flying over the guardrail, and Joe's gonna try and bring him back inside the guardrail, but AJ countered from outside from the crowd and dropped Joe down right across the steel, then tries to spring. He tried to spring off that steel guardrail, but Joe took him high into the air and dropped him down on the apron.
I was gonna say, that's what makes AJ so good, is he kind of played possum a little bit and forced Joe to come over there, and he was able to come back, but Joe realized he made a mistake, and then when he saw his opportunity, he just used that strength on AJ. They know each other so well, and they have such contrasting styles. You just gotta watch, because when one sees an opening, they'll take it and they'll do something magnificent.
Samoa Joe attempting to suplex AJ Styles from the apron back into the ring, but you saw how AJ was able to block it, hooking the ropes. Joe rocks him with a pair of rights, a third one to the jaw, sends Styles down to the floor.
He just couldn't hold on any longer. I mean, sometimes you think about it, he maybe should have let go after the first one, where he could have caught his, oh, wait a minute, what's he complete? complaining about that he hit his elbow against the guardrail. We've seen this before, so you don't know what to think with AJ Styles. And look at Joe, he's coming right down there.
Yeah, you're right, the referee, Andrew Thomas, gonna try and get in between these two. Well, I think he really hit his elbow flush on that guardrail, Don, right here in front of us. Joe's gonna toss AJ back in. You're right, the referee checking on his condition.
Oh, wait a minute, now he's trying to push Joe away as he's trying to look to see how the arm is. Oh, and then he takes a shortcut and pokes him. Joe had it now.
You're right.
He knew it. Andrew Thomas is the one that got fooled right there.
Oh, you're right, it's that same crap that we've seen from Styles here on several occasions.
I mean, he's cried wolf so many times.
Feigning the injury and then turning it around on Samoa Joe.
Look at Joe. He's just thinking, if you're going to go this route, then you're going to pay it. Oh, do you see the force with which he threw him in the rail? Man alive, you can feel that all the way here.
Yeah, now he's got the chair.
Oh, no. I mean, to think that AJ was going to try to play that stunt. Oh, Joe's going to kill you. That's right. You don't make this guy mad.
Haven't seen this for a while. They're chanting Olay at the impact zone, and as Joe goes to give him the big boot and kick him out of the chair, AJ gets up and connects with the quote.
See? That's how I do it. Well, he'll surprise you. That's what makes the guy so incredible.
That's what I am.
I mean, he was sitting there. Joe thought he had him for the slaughter. Joe thought that was the end of it. AJ Styles took a few beatings, and he waited until Joe exposed himself, and then he spun around and clotheslined the hell out of him.
And now rolls him into the ring and totally in control now of this one-on-one matchup. But Joe gets back up to his feet, gonna reel off rights and lefts, series of rights, springing off the ropes. Here comes the Samoan.
Oh, what a drop kick. You could see Joe, his momentum was trying to stay on his feet, and then he just fell back. You can't fight it sometimes. And now the shot by AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, and he is. I mean, he just set Joe up. He let Joe take a few shots, and then when he saw his, and now look at this, all AJ, Professor.
Clothesline outside, drop kick inside has turned the complexion of this match in the favor of the phenomenal AJ Styles. Attempt there at the crossface while Joe is tied up and trying to get his way back up to his feet in the ropes, and AJ follows up in the corner. Forearm shot, rocks Joe, and you can see how weary the Samoan submission machine is as he tries to regroup and tries to fight back.
Well, he does, and he's doing it with rights, but you saw AJ just steady that back leg and throw the right, oh!
Inverted atomic drop.
But look at AJ. Oh, and then Joe lands on his backbone, and AJ with the spin kick and hits him hard.
Hear the thud as it made contact with the side of the head of Samoa Joe. On target with that kick.
One,
cover, two.
No, not enough. Not enough, but you got to give AJ credit. He spun that around perfectly. And when you can drop somebody the size of Joe like that, you hit it hard.
Oh, and you hear the thud when the contact was made with that boot, with that kick. Reverse chinlock variation here by Styles, but Joe just contorts and turns his body around. AJ answers with a couple of right hands to the side of the head, and Joe gonna try and fight back out of the corner. First the chop, then the series of rights. One after the other.
And he's just measuring up, but he's just, it's like Joe just can't get that strong blow, and AJ Styles takes a few of them and then sets himself up.
Springing back is Styles off the middle rope, caught by Joe, who takes him up and overhead, released.
Man, I mean, look at the way AJ Styles landed on that head. I mean, you talk about some serious injury. Samoa Joe able to use that strength to break things up, but he's still wore out, and he's got to find a way to get to his feet.
Both men down. Referee Andrew Thomas puts in the count. He's at 5. AJ back up to his knees, as well as Joe, and now both men meet in mid-ring.
One shot after the other as Joe gives him some, and now you see AJ, and now it's Joe taking a few shots to give some as he hits him with 4 rapid repeated elbows, but then you see the shortcut by AJ Styles.
Breaks the eyes, sticks his fingers right into the sockets of Samoa Joe, who comes back, inverted atomic drop, and now off the ropes. AJ went for the kick, Joe did as well, and Samoa Joe suplexes him overhead.
Oh, and then he drops right on his back, right on top of him.
Senton pin.
1, 2.
No.
AJ sends a message, though, getting that shoulder up quickly, so there's no doubt about it.
Joe drops that 300 pounds right down across your chest, right down across your midsection, takes all the air right out of his opponents, and AJ down in the corner, but Joe is relentless here, but oh, cheap shot by Styles. Used the trunks of Samoa Joe to fling him into the corner.
Well, that's the AJ Styles we see now, the one that we didn't see. Oh,
snap it!
A slam!
Pin.
1, 2, oh, he gets his shoulder up, and man, Joe was waiting for that.
Mid-ring snap slam by Samoa Joe leads to, amazingly, only a 2 count on Styles.
Now you can see Joe now, he's feeling it, he's getting a little momentum. It's the Joe that we remember with these two guys. It's the incredible great matchups. Now Joe gonna try to take him up high and use that strength, but AJ goes for the Pele, and he hits him with the Pele right on the top of the head.
You're right, not only goes for it, but connects. Caught him with the kick out of nowhere. Joe unsuspecting. Joe's weary, has no idea that AJ's behind him.
Oh, and he hits that flying forearm. He hits it with a 41, 2. Joe gets it up just in time.
Great strategy by Styles, especially when he has him rocking, when he has his back turned to him to spring off. You're right, flying forearm shot, drilled him in the back of the head, but AJ not able to put Samoa Joe away.
Well, AJ Styles, though, has had an incredible game plan. Of course, he's taken some cheap shots here and there, but he's been able to kind of keep the advantage, I think, the momentum for the most part. But then you see Joe in that power, you know he can turn it around in a second.
Styles from the middle rope. Gonna go inverted DDT, but Joe reverses with a snapmare.
Look at AJ trying to set the legs up and then the right. AJ just can snap off a hard right, and now he goes and he hits the inverted DDT.
Thing of beauty, pin.
1, 2, oh, he gets the shoulder up just in time.
Like him or hate him, you have to appreciate the athletic excellence of the phenomenal AJ Styles, because he was so close to getting the pinfall, the victory, after connecting, yes, with that inverted DDT.
Oh yeah, there's just no quit in him, and that's what makes AJ Styles the guy that he is, the champion that he is. Another hard, wicked right. He's not afraid to throw him right at Joe.
Back out to the middle of the ring. Well, I don't know. Did he get Joe up for the Styles clash? Not at this point. Reversed overhead with a roll-up instead.
Oh, he wants to try to be him the Styles clash. But look at the strength of the legs of Joe. No, now he's got him up high. Oh, wow.
Dropped him on his head.
2.
Pin.
Oh, I thought it was over. Unreal. He was able to get the shoulder up. Man. Joe crushed him.
What a battle between these two here at Sacrifice, with Samoa Joe now being in control, at least for the time being. A rock, Styles shot off. He's barely on his feet, but oh, sidesteps him, steps out of the way, and flings Joe to the floor.
He did. He just was able to use that speed and quickness, and he saw, wait a minute, Joe, or does he?
When he hit the floor, Don.
Yeah, you can hear it.
You sure could.
It was almost like a snap. I mean, it was a weird sound, wasn't it? It was just a weird sound. And
he didn't have a chance to brace himself. Styles slid out of the way, sidestepped him, moved, and then Samoa Joe went out to the floor. And you're right, you heard the same thing I did.
Samoa Joe, which has had knee trouble in the past, and it's always a factor when he's in there that it could happen. He's just so warrior-like, but he's going to get up to his feet. And now you know how bad it's hurting, and he's just going to get back in there.
That's the key. You can see him favoring it as he rolls back in just to avoid being counted out here. And look at Styles. Look how happy Styles is that Samoa Joe has been injured.
Well, referee Andrew Thomas knows the history of Joe's leg, and he's trying to get in. Now look at Styles trying to wrench on it. And oh, he spun around and took a kick right to the face as Joe steadied him up. Oh, look at him, though, limping over. Oh, and he falls down.
He just went down in a heap.
God, I thought maybe it went. He was playing possum, but he can't. He's saying, stop it.
You can hear him screaming. You can hear him screaming, saying, oh, no. And you're right, Don, and the crowd here realizes.
You can hear the quiet.
The severity.
Oh, going for the spiral tap, but he misses. And Joe gets it. He was playing possum the whole time. Oh, he got it at his own game. Oh, that's awesome.
Get him, Joe. Get him,
awesome.
Joe. Put his ass away.
Oh, I bought into it when he fell that last time. I thought that was it, and now look at this. Joe's got him mentally. Joe's got him physically, and I don't know if AJ can stand it.
Rear naked choke. Kakina clutch in. Oh. Kakina clutch suplex. Took him overhead. Hit him.
2, done.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
He beat him in his own game, just like Don West said. He turns the tables on AJ Styles, who bought in hook, line, and sinker.
Unbelievable move right there by Samoa Joe as he was able to take him.
Up next, it's our sacrifice main event for the World's Heavyweight Championship.
They have dedicated their lives to becoming the best in their profession, doing whatever was necessary, doing whatever it took. They've clawed their way to the top. They've sacrificed their bodies, sacrificed their mental health, all at the expense of their friendships, their family, so that one day they may bask in the spotlight and be called champion of the world. Yes, all three have been to the top before. All three have won championship gold. But it is a powerful elixir. It defines them, rewards their endless hard work and sacrifice, validates their eternal quest. When one is champion, the desire to remain on top is as powerful as the drive to get there. And when one has lost a coveted title, the urge to reclaim it is even greater, more consuming, even more of an obsession. For glory in this world is always fleeting. To be champion defines more than just a career. It validates our life's purpose. Nothing is more precious, nothing more rewarding, and nothing more painful when it is lost. It's a three-way battle for the World Heavyweight Championship. Christian Cage defends against Sting and Kurt Angle.
It's our third championship match of the evening. And it's another three-way bout. This time, it's the World's Heavyweight Championship belt that's on the line. Let's go to the tail of the tape. Let's look at the numbers here, and a quick look at those raw numbers illustrates the advantage that Sting has, height, weight, experience. But remember, Angle has the least used pro, but also that standout amateur career. Jeff Jarrett handed the victory in a world's title shot to Sting, and it made Kurt Angle absolutely furious. Christian, the master manipulator, has Sting and Angle so obsessed with each other that he hopes they've forgotten about him. On Impact, the two challengers teamed to defeat Christian and AJ Styles. When both forced Cage to tap to the ankle lock, Jim Cornette knew the only equitable decision was to give both men the title shot.
As Kurt Angle elevates up, you gotta wonder, is he gonna be able to focus on the task at hand? He's been so consumed with Sting being given a title shot here and not earning it there that it's become personal with him. And through it all, Christian Cage has stood around and watched this happen. If he wants to take home the gold tonight, he's going to have to concentrate on one thing and one thing only, and that's getting the pin.
Challenger number one was the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Challenger number two for the World's Heavyweight Championship tonight in Sacrifice is the icon himself. Here comes Sting into Sacrifice, into the Impact Zone, in an attempt to regain the World's Heavyweight Championship belt. But Don, as you and I have talked about, as Sting and Angle have talked about, and as Christian Cage pointed out earlier, when he had his premature celebration, when he had his victory party some 2.5 hours ago, he feels, you and I feel, that they need to refocus. Yes, they need to worry about each other, but they also need to worry about this man, the reigning champion.
We saw him celebrate early. We saw him celebrate too early because AJ Styles wasn't able to get it done. Scott Steiner wasn't able to get it done, and you got to wonder how that's going to affect the mind of Christian Cage. something's going to happen to him now as he realizes those best laid plans. But you know what? He's always been able to stir the pot, like you said. He's always been able to have that advantage. And he's going to have to use every bit of that with Angle and Sting.
He's always cocky. I think he's extra confident tonight. You saw the body language as he comes down the ramp. He knows that he's set the fire between these two. He's sitting back. He's watching it burn. He's the reigning champion. Christian Cage in the ring, as well as the two challengers, Sting and Kurt Angle. Jeremy Borash as well. Here's the introductions for our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida, it's time for your Sacrifice pay-per-view main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official, Mr. Roode Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the combatants. First of all, standing in the corner to my right, he weighed in this morning at 238 pounds and comes to us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist. This is Kurt Angle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing challenger number 2. He comes to us from Venice Beach, California, and weighed in this morning at 246 pounds. He is the Icon. This is Sting. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, coming to us from Toronto by way of Tampa, Florida, he weighs in at 238 pounds and is the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Instant Classic, Christian Cage.
It's been a great pay-per-view to this point here at Sacrifice Dawn, but you can just sense as the crowd stands as one, everyone on their feet in the impact zone as you look around, because it's the anticipation of that. The World's Heavyweight Championship match, it's on the line. Three-way bout, yes, first pin, first submission wins the match and wins the title.
You can't help it, but you're watching the body language between Kurt Angle and Sting. It's just been something that has been building and building in the tension. And look at Christian. He walks away again. He sits back and he lets the two of them do their thing. And look at Christian as he knows.
He's so proud.
He knows that he's getting in their head. And oh! Kurt Angle just saw an opening and he just took the shot. And don't ever turn your back on Kurt Angle and Sting.
What a you-know-what disturber Christian Cage is. But now, Kurt Angle and Sting working together, and they just took the world's heavyweight champ and flung him out to the floor, and now they can settle it. Now they can square off one-on-one.
And you know what? If they want to settle it that way, that's what they need to do. They need to concentrate together, take Christian Cage out of this matchup, and then they can have their mano-a-mano. They can have their one-on-one match, and they can prove who's the better man.
Boy, you're right. They toss him from one side to the other. They take him out of the equation, and now they're nose to nose. And Angle takes the first shot but misses. Sting fires back. Boots to the midsection. Quick reversal. Angle shoots him off and then catches him and drops him with an elbow.
Kurt Angle just measured him up right there, but I have to admire the speed of the kicks that Sting threw him. It's amazing. Someone that's been wrestling this long can still go like he can, but I mean, Kurt Angle, this is why he came here. He came here to be the world champion. And look at, whoa, he just face plants him right there on the mat, and Sting is on fire.
That's the way you take advantage of someone like Angle, who telegraphed the back body drop. You catch him first with the boot, and then you're right, Don, driving face first to the mat, and there goes Sting up the ramp to deck the champ on the entrance ramp, and now he's got Christian by the head. Where's he going to take him? Oh.
Christian's strategy not paying off right now. Everything that's happened, but oh, he was able to spin it around, and he sent Sting into the rail, and he sent him into the rail hard.
Christian rolls back into the ring, and he's immediately met by Angle, who suplexes him overhead with the belly-to-belly.
Now that anger that Angle's had for Sting, he's taking it out on Christian Cage, and I think it's one of those things that as this match gets going, eventually it'll be all about the title. Oh, man, he just hit him right in the head and almost turned him inside out with that shoulder.
Yeah, you're right. Explosive shoulder block by Angle. Takes down the champ, and you know what he's famous for? Those uppercuts. Connects with one, shoots him off another turnbuckle. Oh, God!
Wow, Christian Cage timed that perfectly. Got out of the way, and can you believe the force with which Angle hit the steel ring post?
He went shoulder first, right into the unprotected steel, but then as Christian turns around, he can't celebrate for long, and now check this out. Sting in the ring, and you know what's going on here. He's trying to sell him the car. He's trying to have him buy in to have them work together, isn't he?
Oh, he's showing him that Angle's down. We've got him, he says. We can work together. But look at this. I'd hope believe Sting will buy it for 1 second. And he didn't.
Christian reacts with a punch. Blocked, countered,
look at
and then
string.
A receipt from Sting, who takes him high overhead with the press slam. Off the ropes, a big elbow drop to the midsection by Sting.
And you could just see the force with which Sting hit that elbow. He went up high and he brought it into the gut hard. Everything that Christian Cage thought was going to happen for him here right now has it.
Springs back off the middle rope, does Sting. Drops down right into a pin attempt, but Christian powers out at 2, and Kurt Angle's been taken out of this match.
Well, he hit that ring post so hard, he might be seriously injured for the rest of his career the way he hit it. I mean, it was just like diving into it. He's lucky he didn't hit his head on it. Look at that. Angle's back in it as he pulls Sting out.
Short version of the Stinger splash, but then he was going to go full bore at him, but you're right, Angle quickly recovers, gets to his feet, hooks Sting, and then drops him on his back with a suplex on the ramp. Wow.
I mean, he just set him down hard, and now that look on Angle, I mean, it's like, I thought he was going to be hurt bad, but wow, Christian timed it and kicked him great. Wow, nice spinning shoulder block.
You're right, twisting in midair, which leads to barely a 1 count from referee Rudy Charles. Good offensive move by Christian. Didn't have effect when he went for the pin, though. Turns Angle quickly around and then puts that 230-plus pounds right across his back.
Just pulling up on the one rope and just pushing down with his feet on the other on the backs of the neck. It's right on that second rope, and it just takes the air, the oxygen, right out of Kurt Angle.
Angle to his feet, and Christian drops him immediately with the knife-edge chop. Quick snapmare takeover by the champ, and back to the basics here with the rear chin lock.
You can see right now Christian getting the momentum going his way, and he just had to fight his way through it, and he had to find his opportunities. But, you know, we got to always talk about the brain of Christian. It's something that he uses so well. He beats people mentally. He finds ways to take shortcuts, and he catches people off guard. And that's what he's going to have to do, but he's also going to have that skill in the ring.
Angle won't allow him to be worn down. Back up to his feet, but Christian catches him and slams him over, pin, 2-0. Look at this. Christian rolls out because he senses that Sting was weary outside. And as he gets to his feet, he drops him. And then follows up with a series of shots to the head.
Man, wicked right to the face of Sting. As you can see, Sting just laying right down there on the ramp. Christian Cage now getting himself back in that ring, as you can just feel the confidence level with Christian just getting higher and higher and better.
Open hand slap from Christian takes Angle down to a knee. I'm not sure how smart, how wise that is to get the Olympic gold medalist riled up. And there's the German. 1, contact continues. German suplex 2.
There's no telling how many he'll do when he gets this started, and he doesn't let go. We've seen 3 in a row. He's going for 4. Christian trying to get the rope, but Angle hits him with a 4th German suplex, and he's trying to go for a 5th, and he takes him up and hits it. Wow. He's just unbelievable, and he's still not letting go. Christian trying to get to his feet, trying to break free. A 6th German suplex by Kurt Angle. Can he continue this? Can he keep going? Kurt Angle goes for a 7th one, and he hits it. Look at Christian. You can see his head rocking. Can he go for an 8th? 8 German suplexes in a row, and now he goes to the pin. 2. No, he gets it just in time.
Sting in just as that 3-count attempt was being broken up. Now Sting's on fire. He just takes Angle, flings him out.
1, 2. Oh, just gets his shoulder up in time, but that was a smart move by Sting, Mike, because Christian is absolutely wiped out after 8 German suplexes.
Up on the corner. Christian in trouble here, and Sting can sense that as well. Maybe he can take advantage of Angle's offensive assault on the champ. to the top. Gonna go superplex, but here comes Angle.
Wow, look out! Oh, man! What an incredible move! As Kurt Angle sends them both flying. Christian takes the brunt of it.
Angle!
Oh, 1, 2, got it! Oh, man!
No,
wait a minute! 1, 2, Christian gets the shoulder up just in time. Christian Cage, the champion, able to fight it off.
And
wow.
as Sting gets to his feet, Angle drops him with the right hand. Attention turned to the champ. Uppercut knocks down Christian.
Oh, look at Kurt Angle right now. It's the crowd getting behind him. They know that's what he came here for. They know that's what his dream was. And now look at him as he's taking the straps off, and he's ready to bring him home.
Measuring him. The second that he gets to his feet, you know he's going to attack. Here comes Angle. Went for the Olympic slam. Christian able to float over.
And he's going for the unprettier. Can he get him turned around? He does, but all of a sudden Angle pushes him off. Nice elbow.
Yeah, you're right. Shoved off into the corner. Contact made. Sting exchange with Angle. Christian on top. Angle to the corner. Drops down, crotches Christian up on the top, and there goes.
Oh, look at that. He just sent him right into Christian Cage, right into the gut. Now he's going to send Angle right back. Oh, my gosh. He crushed Christian's head in the turnbuckle.
Splash in the corner. Here comes the Scorpion Death Drop.
He's got it, Sting. 1, 2.
Oh, no.
Christian Cage couldn't let it happen.
Damn, he pulls the referee out of the ring. Sting was going to go for the pin there on Angle. And referee Roode Charles pulled out by Christian, who conveniently lands on top of him.
Wow, how close was that? So close. Sting is ticked off. He knows he may have just gotten robbed by Christian Cage. Christian Cage still doing everything he can to keep that title.
Scorpion submission, but no, it's blocked by Angle into the ankle lock.
He's got him blind, and he's got it locked in, and now he's to his feet. And you can see Christian Cage knowing what can happen. He can't afford for Sting to step out. Wait a minute, he's got it. He's got a both. He's got a both at the ankle lock.
You're right. One leg of Sting, one leg of Christian. Both of the ankle lock, and they teamed together.
It was desperation move. They had to team together because the pain was getting too much. They looked each other eye to eye, and they knew what they had to do, and that's just what it means to win this world championship.
That was the key to survival for both of them. There goes Sting powering Christian down to the mat.
And the authority that he brought him down there was unbelievable with Sting. Now looking for a referee. He knows he's close, and there's Roode Charles still. And now he's kind of coming to, and Sting's got to get him up, and he's got to get him back in, but he's got to do it quickly.
Sting, you're right, Don. Grabbing Roode Charles by the referee's shirt to bring him back in, but when he turns around, Christian connects with the low blow.
Oh, and you almost don't blame him, and now he's going to set him up for the unprettier.
Not this.
He can get it turned around. This is going to be it. Can he do it? Oh, no, Sting fights it off. He's got him.
Got the pin, but the referee's down.
Oh, you can see right there, Kurt Angle's in, and you got the pin right there. And they're looking in. The Angle's got the ankle lock. Oh, he's tapped out. He's tapped out. What just happened? Kurt Angle just won the world championship.
The ankle lock of the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle gives him the title. But to me, Don, it looked like a dead heat. I think Sting got the match.
And new heavyweight champion of the world, Kurt Angle.
This has been a presentation of TNA Entertainment.